All right. Hope everybody had a good Thursday morning. Every single time I have to look it up. I always know what day it is, but hey, you never know. Maybe it'll switch up on you. Anyway, this was supposed to be my entire schedule has been fucked. And I don't know, somebody said something. I made that community post about being late, about how I'm retarded. I shouldn't have made the date that I was, right? Because a lot of things. One thing is I overestimated my ability to finish that video in the date that I said I would. It's going to come out this month, but it might come out literally like the day, the last day of February or the second to last day, one of the two. And I don't hate that because it's like, whatever, last month, whatever. I'm not making any real money off that shit this month anyway. But it's still annoying that I couldn't hit the date. It's so annoying that no matter what day I thought I was being generous to myself. But no, I underestimated how much the universe wants to fuck with me sometimes. Sometimes it just wants to troll. Sometimes, God just throws you challenges and you don't always meet his expectations and shit. Just, what if like you're trying to move and some shit happens with your car and some other shit happens while you're trying to move and, all this and just all this stuff just happens at once while you're also trying to make a video that turned out to be way longer than you thought it was going to be. That was basically my situation. Anyway, video is still coming out this month, but whatever. I was a few days off again. I'll remember this time. Don't worry. A lot of you guys told me, all right, stop being a retard and giving us dates. Just tell us that you're going to put out a video sometime and, just ballpark it. So, okay, I'll do that. I learned my lesson. Anyway, here is, I put in the link for the playlist. And what the hell? I'm getting super confused for some reason. And no, that's not right. Gotta look at this one. Okay, look at this one. We'll use that other window in a second. All right, this is the playlist for all the stream VODs. This VOD will also go here. And it's been a while. It's almost been a week since I streamed last time. I meant to stream earlier, but you guys know I was late. I was late with the video, and that's been taking up a lot of my time along with the other IRL shit that's been getting out of hand. But whatever. It's cool. Next month is going to be better. The rest of spring is going to be so fucking sweet. Now, when we get to summer, because summer is when I'm going to start getting serious. Summer is when the big 3-hour plus, like, summer is when I'm going to end up dropping the doc that's probably going to be longer than the Nick Fuentes documentary. And a lot of you guys probably know what video that's going to be. What video could I be dropping that's going to be even more robust than the Nick Fuentes documentary? And you're going to drop it in summer. Man, I wonder what video that's going to be. Anyway, thanks for showing up. We're going to be talking about Dick and Vito. Specifically, we're going to be talking about an old fight of theirs from last year. It is, in my opinion, it's not, no, I think it actually is the nastiest. It's the worst showing from Vito. Because when it comes to the lol cow dynamics between Dick and Vito, it definitely is. Vito is by far the bigger cow between the two. It's not even close. It's not even close how much bigger of a lol cow Dick is than Vito is than Dick. Dick has lol cow episodes. He's not like, it's not a seasonal thing, right? Dick is kind of like, he's an HBO lol cow, right? It'll be like a big production event that you have to come and see. He's a blockbuster lol cow. Every once in a while, every like year or so, there'll be like this big arc you can cover. But generally speaking, he's fine, or at least he's boring. You gotta dig otherwise if you want to look at some shit. Simpspiracies and shit like that are very rare to come by when it comes to Dick. Vito's different. Vito is a seasonal. Vito is like a soap opera cow. Well, maybe not a soap opera cow. Maybe Vito is the HBO cow, where it's like he'll have like a dedicated series. Like he'll have a mini series and it'll be like amazing lolcow content, but it's not like constant. It's not like DSP, Wings of Redemption. Those guys are soap opera cows, right? It's like constant. Like every year there's like a 40 episode season, a new season of their lolcow status. It's just an endless saga. And you know, it's different. It's different paces and all that sort of stuff. So so we get here, and when it comes to Dick and Vito's fight, Dick he's the straight man easily, and Vito hates this. Vito hates it because Vito tries. His little gimmick is that he's the straight man. He wants to be Norm Macdonald so fucking bad, which is just a terrible. If there was any comic, if there's any comedian on earth who would be worse to try and copy, it's Norm Macdonald. Like, Norm Macdonald's whole shtick was so unique because it was completely based on his like personality. He was playing a character, but he was also playing him, right? And it's like, you can't just take his shtick, because that it means you have to like copy another man's. You're not just copying his persona, you're copying his personality. And doing that it's a bad idea. And it's also, it would take like a magnitude more of talent than what Vito has. So he picked the worst dude to try and copy. And he can't be the straight man on Dick's show because Dick isn't as big of a lolcow. Like, you can't be a straight man to somebody who's less of a lolcow than you. If you're like 5 to 10 times the lolcow of the person you're trying to be the straight man towards, you know, and Vito was that in both the physical and metaphysical sense, right? 5 to 10 times bigger than Dick is, then it's not going to work, because you end up with situations like this where Dick is 100% the rational, reasonable, straight man, right? Because, okay, this was a year ago. Let me explain what exactly this was. So Dick and Vito, they were gonna go to Hackamania, and this was back during this was peak Riley and Mint Salad and Schizo Sean and all those dudes fucking with Vito, and Vito couldn't take it. Even though he was fucking being a cheerleader to all of those same people fucking with Eric July, arguably worse, right? Like, nobody went to Vito's ancestors' gravestone or whatever. Nobody did that to him. They did that to Eric July. He thought it was funny. He screenshotted it. He retweeted it on Twitter and shit like that. He thought it was ha ha ha. He thought it was hilarious. But he gets pushed and teased just a little bit, and he started losing his mind, started losing his marbles, and he said that he was gonna quit. He wasn't gonna go to Hackamania because Riley said he was gonna ruin it for him. And okay, obviously, for those of you guys who know what went down between Riley and Eric July, you already know, how could Vito possibly say something like this and expect to not get pressed for it? So he ended up getting pressed. Dick is gonna press the fuck out of Vito, and he's gonna lose it. This is gonna be such a crash out, bitch baby boy session from Vito here. And it's gonna be very telling. It's gonna basically explain everything about the tension between Dick and Vito now. Why Dick doesn't want Vito around him, like, in general anymore. Why he doesn't want to talk to him in DMs, on Twitter. Why he doesn't even want him coming to his house. He has to do it away. See, the excuse that Dick gives for why he doesn't want Vito recording in his house anymore is because he has a condition where loud noises gives him extreme pain. Now, a lot of you guys are going, wait, isn't Dick loud as fuck himself? How is that possible? Wait, doesn't Dick also have a baby? Does the baby not cry? When he's holding his child and his child is screaming or crying, is that not causing him extreme pain? Me personally, I think it's just an excuse, a bullshit excuse he gives Vito for why, like, the real reason why 80s girl doesn't want Vito to come to the house, which is that he said all that weird shit about kids. And she's like, Vito can't come to the house anymore. No, that's over with. And he was like, okay, because really he doesn't want Vito around either. So him having an excuse works perfectly for him. So this is going to explain why these two is a very much, they don't like each other, especially Dick doesn't like Vito. And they're just kind of stuck. They're just kind of stuck here, even though they'll say something like, well, they own the show, right? People always bring up, it's 50-50. Vito co-owns the biggest problem in the universe. But then they'll bring up something like, well, it doesn't mean anything. The biggest problem in the universe, it's a worthless name. That's a joke. Vito owning half the show is a joke in and of itself. But at the same time, it's like it's an extra $3,000 a month that you're both making off of this show. So obviously, there's some degree of like investment you both have to keep this going. You can't just drop it because it's worthless. You are kind of stuck with each other, especially Vito. Vito can't leave. Vito isn't going to even make half that if he were to leave Dick Masterson. Say what you want about Dick. Dick has been able to make popular shows aside from the Dick show is doing fine by itself, really. So anyway, we're going to get to this. Are both of them Mexicans? No, Dick is Mexican and Vito is Italian. Anyway.
For 8. Vito alienated even more supporters this week by being profoundly gay.
I know.
Twitter.
I heard about it.
Congratulations to me. Frog Tony says something stupid. Hack the movies. Frog Tony says something useless. Hack the movies for 5.
Wait a minute.
This is before, by the way. This is before. We're going to speed this up a little bit. I uploaded this to Odyssey because it's like, I'm not going to upload this. It's unlisted too, but I'm not going to upload this shit on my main channel. I don't even want it unlisted on my actual channel on YouTube. So I put it on Odyssey. This is before Vito would drop Super Killer in 2025. And when I say he dropped Super Killer, technically Super Killer still hasn't been actually fulfilled because the print physical version of Super Killer hasn't gotten the backers. That doesn't exist yet. Right? The colored version, also the colored print version of Super Killer still doesn't exist yet. Those people haven't gotten it. Now, if you back the book, you got a digital version, a digital uncolored version of it, but Mint Salad already dropped that version, dropped a more rough draftish version of that back in 2024. So technically, Vito just released a slightly more improved version of his comic, right? The actual completed version, that still doesn't exist. He's still over 2 years late on that.
A minute.
What?
See, you still aren't seething about
I'm
Frog
not
Tony.
seething. He has nothing to offer. Frog Tony just doesn't know how to critique comic books on any meaningful level. All he can do is go, I don't understand the camera angle on panel 2.
These were the type of criticisms they were giving Isom, by the way.
How far is she from the counter? And then I tried to go, well, here.
I've read the comic. I have read Super Killer, and I don't know what else he's fucking... Like, what else do you want people to say about the comic, bro? At best, it's mediocre. I don't even think it's mediocre. I think, the comic is just... I was being very nice the last time I talked about it, where I'm like, oh, it's not bad. I reread it. It's like, no, this comic is actually pretty shit. It's actually pretty bad, right? So what do you want people to say? You want people to talk about the robust themes? You want people to talk about the character development? You want people to talk about the motifs, right? Like you were writing some sort of Shakespearean masterpiece. It's a shitty parody comic that you just made for a quick buck, dude. And it worked. You didn't make a quick buck off of it. You kind of ruined your reputation. I doubt anybody else is going to back a future comic from you, but hey.
The thing is, clearly in that shot, it's a stylistic, wide-angle shot that shows the entirety of the diner, so...
Oh, stylistic, wide angle, right? Oh, it's a masterpiece. He was being an auteur.
You're talking about you released a preview page of your comic book.
Yeah. And then he looked at a previous page where...
Why did you release the preview page?
I was just working on it, so I just
What were you working
took
on
a screenshot.
What were you doing?
I was reading Super Killer for research. I would not have read that bullshit for any other reason.
I
am reading fucking Super Killer in my spare time. Like, you out of your mind.
The art, and I am converting it to black and white, and I am scaling it down to print size.
Oh, okay.
And making adjustments with the letterer.
With no words. You're like,
Well,
here's the page.
That's what I send to the letterer so he can put the letters on top of it.
So the lettering's not on it yet?
No, he has a version with the lettering on it, but it's on top of the old version of that page.
And then why were you scaling it down?
I'm updating because previously he was scaling the pages himself, and I said, "Is it better if I do this for you?" And he said, "Yes, it would make my life easier." And also, he had older versions of the art, which is what he was lettering. So he's now updating it with the new pages.
And then you took that page with no words on it.
Yes.
One page in the middle of your comic.
Yes.
Where nothing's really happening.
No, but I think it looks nice.
And then you posted it online.
Yeah.
Now I saw that and thought, huh, I wouldn't have done that. But I'm not a comic creator. So I want to know the thought process that went into.
I just looked at it and I said, "This looks nice," because I think the black and
Nobody likes Vito's comic. Nobody in his circle. Dick doesn't like it. Frog Tony doesn't like it. Obviously, Mint and Riley don't like it. Schizo Sean doesn't like it. Even Ethan Van Sciver doesn't like. Nobody that Vito knows likes Super Killer. They're all the best anybody has said was that it was all right.
white looks nice.
Yeah.
And I think it's a nice looking page.
How did it go? How would you grade the experience?
All the people who are normal said, "Wow, that looks good."
How many people did you block in the next 24 hours after that?
I blocked a lot of people.
There are no normal people. There are no normal people who like the biggest problem in the universe and even know who Vito Giswaldi is. So, I've been saying his name wrong, by the way. I've always been saying Vito Giswaldi. It's actually Vito Giswaldi, right? Because I heard it once. I'm like, there's no way. Like, that was somebody making fun of Vito. There's no fucking way this Italian motherfucker is named Vito Giswaldi. There's no way that God did that to him. But apparently, no. That's how you actually pronounce it. Vito Giswaldi.
People are just being, like, pointlessly negative for no reason. Who just have to be like, "Whoa, I can't wait to wait another 6 months to get it." Duh.
I did Garfield's Bizarre Adventure. I did also read Noah Van Sciver, Ethan's younger brother. I read his book, One Dirty Tree, and I liked it. It was a good comic. I'm not going to lie. Noah's, Ethan's younger brother is pretty talented.
I was like, okay, well,
Did you block anybody who paid for the comic?
I have no idea who paid for it or not. It does not tell me that when I block you.
You probably shouldn't just be blocking people.
You had some doozies.
Like who?
Was where some guys were like, "Oh, sorry, man, I didn't mean to upset you. I was just saying that, like, I didn't understand what was happening in the page."
There was one guy who, here's the thing, when you get a million guys being like,
yeah,
really dumb.
Yeah, that's when you got to dig
like,
in and start
aggressively dumb.
tweeting up a storm. Right?
Okay, so
Tweet deck. Jarvis,
there's one panel where it shows the exterior of the diner.
Yeah.
And people are going, "Why are they outside now?" And I'm like, well,
why are they?
They're not outside.
Oh.
And if you look at the page, you can tell what is being done here. And if you read comics...
Why even put it out if you're going to cry like this? Why even put out a preview? It's not even done, right? So you put out some half-finished bullshit, right? Like, all of the shit, there's so much shit that's still left to be done on these pages. You put them out, and then you cry, right? You start to weep on the show. You start to crash out on Twitter because people are critiquing these half-finished pages. It's unpolished, bro. Even a polished version wasn't that good. So what did you think was going to happen? Why even put it out, dude? Just wait. The reason why he put it out is because he knows he is self-conscious about being so fucking late with this comic book. So he felt like he had to do this just to, I don't know, show people, look, I'm getting it done, guys. Look, it's coming. Super Killer is coming. Okay.
The portal to another world.
And this was the result. The result was people bullying him and saying that it was bad, which is what he deserves. Giga Todd Howard, thank you for $2. Vito wishes he was in Jeff's files. Oh yeah. He wishes he got invited to that island, but nope.
That's behind them.
It's them discussing an outer location, so they're showing the outer location.
But there's no words on the page.
There's no words on the page.
You don't know. It could be anything.
Well, you can tell from the outline around them if you read comics. It's a common device used a lot in Japanese manga.
Oh.
So if you read comics the way I read comics, you go, "Oh, I've seen this done before, and I understand what's happening."
Hebitude got blocked?
Yeah.
Okay, Hebitude's like really super.
Just because you read. So I want to, obviously, you wouldn't expect anybody to be good at directing movies if they didn't watch quite a bit of movies. You wouldn't expect somebody to be good at writing a novel if they didn't have a pretty robust personal library. They didn't have like a lot of bookshelves that are full and shit like that. But just because you consume a lot of a certain type of medium does not mean that you're good at producing that medium. There are a lot of people who are giga consumers and they can't create worth a damn, like legitimately. So I don't know, you're saying if you read manga like I read manga, if you read comics like I read comics, that doesn't mean anything, bro. It's like, this is why people have to go to school for shit. Because I don't know, I go to the museum, if I go to the museum 50 times in a year, I can't paint like a master. I have to actually practice, dude.
Great supporter.
King Sly, thank you for the $9.99. Vito acted like a hoe when it came to Riley. It's wild to see. The hypocrisy is insane, yeah.
Of what?
Of the show.
And no, Vito has not released Super Killer. Technically, he released it, right? He released an uncolored, digital-only version, right, that you got if you were a backer, or, you know, if you had a cool-ass nigga on Kiwi Farms who just gave you a PDF link, because who the fuck is giving Vito money? Right? But people who actually back the physical print version, they ain't getting that. They ain't getting that. They ain't even getting the colored version of Super Killer.
Yeah, but not of me.
Him not having a colored version of Super Killer yet is super weird because he literally once said that the comic was like 70% colored. It was finished and it was fully inked in 2024. And by the end of 2024, he said it was 70% colored. So either he was lying or his colorist, he just ran out of money and he wasn't able to keep paying her. So she just never finished. It's one of the two, right? He was either lying or I guess it could be both, right? It's possible that he didn't have 70% of the comic colored and he also ran out of money to pay his colorist because he just fucked off with it. That's both of those are possible. Mousy Roller, thank you for $1.99. Was Quarter Planet really in the files? Was he?
You're right. He could do better.
See, here's the thing. I'm going to defend Jeremy real quick. I don't think that he's a big enough deal to even be like caught up in some bullshit like that. Right? If the quartering is mentioned in the Epstein files, it's probably because he was in a certain place. He was at some sort of conservative meetup and he made a mess of the toilet, right? He just absolutely demolished that bitch. And Jeffrey Epstein just happened to also be there at the time. And maybe that's it. But no, there's no way. He's not a high enough profile person to even be embroiled in some shit like that. DB, thank you for the £1.99. Remember, Vito is new Cometsgate royalty. Yes, he is. And he acts just like him.
At supporting you. That's a good point.
I mean,
Tony Hack the Movies. Tony from Hack the Movies.
Tony's not blocked.
But you did block him.
For like a half second.
Why only a half second?
Because I just was like, okay, everybody is just annoying me today, so I could just block people for a day until I'm not as annoyed at them, and then I can unblock them. Why do you guys treat Twitter blocks like this fucking
That's more bitch made than just blocking people wholesale and not giving them any attention. Like, just doing the whole, you're blocked, no, you're not blocked, you're blocked, okay, you're blocked, I can't even that right now. I can't even deal with you, so you're blocked until I can calm down. And I can get control over my emotions. That's more, I don't know, that's more baby bitch boy than just blocking people. Because if you just block somebody and you don't look back, well, at least you show you didn't care. Like, you cared enough to block them. You didn't care enough to go back and unblock them.
Same thing.
Because if you do that to me, you block me and then you unblock me, well, then you're just encouraging me to just come back and fuck with you again.
You know when you go like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm tired of getting pinged from these people all day long because I'm getting like a million pings from Black Tony.
I don't have
So
that.
I just go, okay, I'm just gonna block him so I stop getting notifications.
Does your phone make noise when you get pinged on Twitter?
It makes
yeah, just mute. If you don't want to block, if you're gonna do what Vito is gonna do and you're just gonna block and unblock people, just mute them. It's the same difference.
I get like a little pop-up or whatever.
Shut that off.
When I check the notifications tab, it goes like, here's 20 new things for Frog Tony. I finally go, okay, I'm tired of hearing from Frog Tony today. And I can
Yes, this is absolutely lolcow genetics just flaring with Vito here. Because lolcows cannot stop just engaging and feeding trolls. They can't, right? Like Dick knows when somebody is fucking with him, when he's getting trolled, just block them and move on. Don't feed them anymore. trolls feed off of your bad energy. And he understands this because he does it too. He does it to other people. So he understands that you just got to block them and move on and pretend like they don't exist. Vito doesn't do that. Vito keeps feeding the trolls, and he always has to have the last word. Last word-itis is a terminal illness when it comes to lol cows. They can't help it.
Block him, and then I don't have to see that.
Like Wings and DSP they'll see a troll tip, they'll see a troll comment, they'll see somebody in the chat who's not even giving them money, and they'll give that person more attention than the people who are supporting them and giving them like $10 or $15. It's crazy.
And then if I want to see what Frog Tony's saying again, I can unblock him.
What's up, M-Man?
You guys are so weird about Twitter blocks. It's so
We're
weird.
overreacting. Yeah. Okay. Then what happened? So let's stay in the world of overreacting.
What do you mean then what
Did
happened?
someone tell someone that they weren't coming to hack?
Yes, JF did take $25K from Jeffrey Epstein. He's actually won people. JF Garapy is actually more closely tied to Jeffrey Epstein than a lot of celebrities and politicians who were listed in the files are. Like, unironically. It's kind of the sector. There's like a degree of separation from like 1 or 2 degrees of separation between Jeffrey Epstein and the sector. I was thinking about this the other day, right? Because we think about what's the game? What was it? 4 or 5 degrees of Kevin Bacon, where you try and connect everybody in show business with Kevin Bacon. You can basically do that with the sector for real, right? Like you can actually use the sector to just connect everybody. There are like 1 or 2 degrees of separation between the sector and Jeffrey Epstein, between the sector and the White House, between the sector and Vladimir Putin, because of people like Coach Red Pill, Laura Loomer, JF Garapy, all this shit. Dude, I'm telling you, shit is going down in Mexico. There's a non 0% chance that something might go down and Ralph might be in the wrong place at the right time, or the right place at the wrong time. And then there's like a degree of separation between the sector and like the biggest cartel bosses in Mexico.
Hackmania anymore?
That's completely unrelated to comics.
Did it happen? Did it happen on the same day?
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
Did I tell you that I wasn't going to Hackmania anymore?
No, I said I don't think I want to go to Hackmania.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the same day.
Right.
It has nothing to do with this comic
It has
shit.
nothing to do with the comic stuff.
Link, thank you for $5. Who is the Canadian nigga who killed his wife? He lives in Canada, has a gay friend. That's JF. That's who we were just talking about. That's JF. He was in the Epstein files. Yeah, that's JF. Russ Cole, thank you for $5. Sneezing is a human right. Yes, it is. How dare
Just
you?
go do a
How
show
dare you take away my ability to sneeze?
on your own
No, I
that
mean,
you wanted to do,
yeah, I really wanted to do it.
and you canceled it.
I talked to Melton, and he convinced me not to cancel it.
But you talked to me first, right?
Yeah.
What was the thinking there?
I was telling you I was upset. I didn't want to do the show anymore.
Okay. And it had nothing to do with any of the comic,
Not at
blocking all your friends
Not even
on Twitter?
Not even 1%. Not even 1 iota.
Did it have anything to do with internet arguments at all?
No.
Really?
Internet arguments?
Yeah. Did it have anything to do? Did it start on Twitter? Did it have anything to do with internet
It had to
arguments
do
at
with
all?
something with a message I got from somebody. I said, well, if that's
Why does he have a pen? That's just like, why does Dick? Why do you have a pen?
Had anything to do with
What are you doing with this, bro? What are you writing shit down? Like, what, you're just throwing shit at a wall on this show. What do you need a pen for?
internet
it had to do
arguments
with
at all?
something with a message I got from somebody. I said, well, if that's what's going to happen at Hackmania, I don't want to go.
And this is like some kind of crazy unknown stalker.
When Riley sends me a message that
Oh,
says, I'm
okay.
going, I no longer, what do you call it?
I wonder how much better Dick's life would be if he were to just throw away that Sonichu medallion. If he just threw it in the fucking trash, right? I wonder what would happen. Maybe Sean would just come back. You know, he would just come back and work for him again. His show, suddenly it would get like 10x the viewership. Vito would fucking die. Vito would get arrested for possessing CSAM or some shit, just to get put in prison, get fucked in the ass forever for the rest of his life. Shit would probably go great for Dick if he just got rid of this bitch. But nah, he'll just
I'm willing to risk
keep
an
it
assault
around
charge
as a
at Hackmania
decoration.
to interfere with the show,
Yeah.
and I will ruin Hackmania for everyone just to get at you. I go, okay, well then I don't want to do the show.
Yeah. So it's my problem then.
No, I just told you I don't want to do the show. I mean, you can't do the show without me, right? I mean,
Well, I
you
have to,
could.
Vito.
I mean, he could. That's kind of arrogant. That's kind of crazy because it's like Dick has, I don't know, man. I feel like that was actually kind of a jab. Or maybe it was just Vito being delusional. Like, what do you mean you can't do the show without me? He was doing the show without you for years. He's actually been doing this shit without you for significantly longer than he's been doing this shit with you. And him doing it with you isn't so great. Hold on. I was talking about doing this before, right? Where I was gonna show you guys. I was gonna show you guys the Patreon of Dick Masterson just to show you where he's at, because it tells a very interesting story. Dick Masterson's Patreon. Hold on, let me show you. Here it is. Let me bring it up real quick. Let's have a look-see. Let's have a look-see right here. Let me switch screens real quick. There we go. So, as we can see, hold up. This is actually so out of whack. Let me bring it over here. Okay. So, this is Dick's Patreon, right? So, we're going to go all the way out. So, it's Patreon. We start in 2016. And it shot up, right? It went all the way up. He was booming, bro. He went from nothing, zero to hero in like the span of a year. By 2017, he was making 21. He was making over 21K in a single month, right? And we all know why, or at least it was because of the Maddox. It was because of the lawsuit. This is one of those things where people are like, man, Dick Masterson is a comedy genius. No, he just got lucky, right? He got lucky that his former co-host Maddox was a giant fucking retard and just gave him W after W just with no effort, right? So Dick was able to ride the Maddox fame. Hold on, let me blow this up for you guys. Right, so this is better. And hold on, in fact, fuck it. Let me just get rid of chat for a minute, right? Like, you just look at chat in your mind, guys, for a minute. So, wait, what the fuck is that? What is that? Oh, that's the other thing. Okay. Okay, so I blow this up. All right, so here, this is Maddox. This is the Maddox wave. And he's just coasting, right? It's like, man, he's doing pretty breezy. He was able to ride that wave for a good long minute. But then it was around 2021. Let me blow it down. Yeah, it's around here-ish. Around 2020. 2020 to 2021, things started to get a little rough. The Patreon started going down. Now, he was still making, around 20K-ish, but it started dipping into the mid-ish, 10Ks, right? 15K. But then something magical happened. Something magical happened in 2023. And we all know what that was. That was him and Vito started trolling Eric July. Eric July became his I want people to know the whole Dick Masterson wants Eric July to be his new Maddox. That's not just a fucking conspiracy theory. It was real. And it worked. Like, legitimately. Eric July took this dude back up to almost the peak of where he used to be on Patreon, right? Putting mega money in this dude's pockets. But then it started to go down again, right? And it's actually going down to the lowest it's been since his Patreon started, right? Like, back since 2016. Dick Masterson, well, hold on, it's not that low yet. No, it is. It's like 13K now. How much was it? Oh no, it was 2016. Like, his Patreon is now at the lowest it's been in a decade. And Vito was talking shit like, well, you can't do this without me. Vito, you are not helping this motherfucker. When you weren't around, look at how good Dick was doing before Vito was around, before he even knew who the fuck Eric July was. He was doing just fine. And then it's like, once Vito joined on, that's when shit started to go south, right? If it wasn't for Eric July, if it wasn't for the drama with Eric July, Vito would have given Dick Masterson zero benefit from partnering with him at all, like, legitimately. He's only been a liability. So for him to say some shit like, well, you can't do the show without me. Yes, he can. He demonstrably can. You are not the asset you think you are, Vito.
Because people bought tickets and they're coming in and they're flying in. So if you just bail, I still have to try to do something to serve the people that came in. So that's why I'm asking for the thought process behind calling me and saying, I'm not doing Hackamania anymore because it's not fun for me.
Yeah. I'm not going to do a show if the purpose of the show is for somebody to assault me during the show and
then stop
ruin
agreeing
the
to
show.
stop agreeing to do live shows or stop arguing on Twitter.
So do you want me not to do Hackamania? I talked to Melton. I said, hey, some guy's telling me he's going to ruin Hackamania and insult me during the show.
That person you know who fucks with you, though, who you're arguing with in DMs, in group DMs, and everyone can see.
And I've never said I want to assault him or ruin anything he's doing.
Yeah, you said you're going to send him to prison.
Yeah, that's not
I
your.
never said I was going to send him to
Yeah, you
prison.
did. We all heard it. You said, I'm going to send you to jail.
I said, if you do this thing,
Uh-huh.
I will respond.
He's literally said that he wanted to rape mint salad. Now he can say that he was joking about that. He can say that he was joking about that, just like he can say he was joking about wanting to fuck kids, right? We can say that these are all jokes, but if you saying that you're joking about rape is different when you're joking about raping people you know, right? Like if you joke about rape and it's like, I don't know, right? You know the person. You can't just joke about raping a female friend, a female associate. Like, what the fuck? You can't do that. Vito doesn't understand that. So he'll say some shit like that, and then he'll get mad at Riley for like saying he's gonna, I don't know, skin him alive. Surely what Riley is saying, I mean, there's a way greater possibility of Vito being like sexually assaulting somebody than it is of Riley doing all of the crazy shit that he says he's gonna do to him.
By calling the police.
I just want to
So
know.
that's just me telling him, don't do this thing.
I just want to know, when you agree to do a show and you pitch it for months and then you have an internet argument with someone, where the thinking...
Dave, thank you for the £2. Epstein was interested in JF's IQ research, if I recall. Right. This is going to set... Shit like that is gonna set IQ bros back so far. It's like, oh, so you're one of them Diddy blood Epstein type dudes, right? You IQ guys. It's like, no, I just think that, you know, IQ is an objective thing that you can measure, and we can. Oh, you want to fuck kids, right? Ah, man, it's tough out here for the IQ bros. Jefferson C Post, thank you for $2. 6 Degrees of Warski is the sector game. That's too easy. 6 Degrees of Warski, you basically got the whole fucking internet, right? Because within the first 2 degrees, right, you got dudes like Keemstar. You got dudes like Keemstar, and really Keemstar, JF, Ralph alone. No, Keemstar. Okay, you got Keemstar, you got JF, you got Ralph, you got Destiny, and you got Dick Masterson. And those 5 dudes alone pretty much give you access to 80% of the internet, maybe even 90%, right? Like you got the poll type dudes, you got the sector, you got commentary, you got just mainstream, you got everybody. It's too easy. Laura Loomer alone, you got like everybody in modern American politics. It's too easy. You got to go like 4, maybe 3 degrees if you're gonna use Warski. Dave, thank you for the £2. Will you ever cover Dave's progenitor, Tucker Max? You know, possibly. I'll see.
Jumps to.
I like covering niche shit.
To, hey, I'm not doing the show anymore because I'm having another fight with Riley.
If
I'm not doing the live show anymore,
show,
so fuck everyone who bought tickets and who's flying in. I'm not going to be there.
If I have to risk being assaulted at the show, then I'm not going to do the show. But thankfully, Melton told me that I don't have to worry about it.
But you still do. You could still be assaulted.
I don't understand how he doesn't have the self-awareness to know how bad of a look it is for him to say something like this after everything that's been done to Eric July. Like, the stuff that's been done to Eric July, them going to his ancestor's tomb to fucking take selfies and possibly piss on it, them trying to embroil him in some big lawsuit with a ministry, them fucking up something that he had going on with sick kids for a charity for comics and shit, stuff like that. Them openly trying to ruin his business. They've been doing this shit for years. But then Riley just does the shit that he's been doing forever to multiple people, and he's never lived up to that. The only fight I ever remember Riley getting in was against Ethan Ralph. So I don't know, dude. How do you not think that this is a bad look, Vito?
Okay. So if I could still be assaulted, I'm not going to do the show.
I just want to know, I want to get a good understanding of where the bar is when you're starting fights online.
What fight did I start?
All this stupid comic book shit that was happening all week.
And I started a fight that results in someone saying they're going to insult me on Hackamania.
Riley. Yeah.
Okay, so Riley said he's going to insult me on Hackamania. I said, okay, then I don't want to do Hackamania.
And that's fine to you.
100%. Because I'm not going to do a show where the purpose of the show is to humiliate me and fucking assault me on
But
stage.
you agreed to do the show.
Sure. And then Melton told me.
He wants to be the straight man, right? He wants to be the dude. He wants to be the wise guy. He wants to be the guy who's just like, he's so unperturbed and he's above it all. But you're not, dude. You're the comic relief. You're not the comedian. You're not the comic. You're the comic relief. And he hates that. He hates being the butt monkey. He hates being the butt of the joke, but that's when he's at his funniest, right? This is how I know that Dick Masterson fans are mentally ill, because sections like this, they don't like it. They don't like when Dick, I swear, dude, the only good use that Katie Dick's channel serves is that she is one of the only people, possibly the only person on YouTube, who goes out of her way to clip these specific segments from the Dick Show or from the Biggest Problem in the Universe. I mean, because, you know, Comicsgate people, they don't really like Vito, right? They like Riley. They like Riley. They don't like Vito. So they like it. They like little segments like this where Vito looks like an ass, right? And Dick is basically just pressing them. And in my opinion, this is the best part of the show. Segments like this are my favorite parts of the Biggest Problem in the Universe. I could listen, if it was just an hour of this every fucking week, every week of just Dick putting Vito through some sort of struggle session, I would legitimately turn into the Biggest Problem in the Universe every week. And I think that Dick is starting to gradually realize this, right? Especially because he's just getting sick of Vito, right? He's getting sick of this two-face, well, not two-face. Well, he is kind of two-faced in a way, but he's getting sick of this passive-aggressive, thinks he's way more talented and important and vital to the show than he is, fat piece of shit. He's getting tired of him.
That I don't have anything to worry about. And I said, okay, if you can give me that assurance, that's fine.
Assurance of what?
That I'm not going to get assaulted during the show and that nobody's going to interrupt the show and I don't have to deal with that. I can just perform.
Then why did you call me about it?
Because I was telling you at the time, I assumed that nobody was going to care and that it would just be like, just let anything.
Imagine being more hated than Riley. Well, here's one advantage that Riley has over Vito is that Riley is crazy. He is insane. He is kind of mentally ill. He is some internet gremlin creature. But he also has the slight bit of self-awareness to know that he is an internet gremlin creature. And he embraces that part of him, right? He's not delusional. He knows what he is. He makes these fucking weird rap videos and he dresses up as some superhero so he can mock some black dude making comics and shit. And he like stalks this dude in his hometown and risks getting arrested. He knows that he's a fucking crazy weirdo. Like one of his best friends is Digibro. Some fucking who trooned out because fucking Ethan Ralph cucked him and stole his horse-shaped wife. Riley knows what he is, but Vito doesn't. Vito thinks that he's actually better than he is, and he's not.
Thing happened to you, and I was
Vito is unironically more delusional than Riley is.
like, well, I'm not going to deal with that, so I'm just not going to go.
Then why did you agree to do the show in the first place?
Because I never thought anybody was going to say, I'm going to assault you at Hackamania. I didn't expect that. That was really like out of left field. I thought I had patched everything up with Riley, and then out of nowhere he goes, I'm willing to risk an assault charge to ruin Hackamania.
I mean, I got to tell you, it's very bizarre.
Do you really think he's serious? When Riley says something like, I'm willing to risk an assault, you really think he's going to come there to pack you up, bro? You really think he's going to come there and like bring the business that you guys are going to get in a fight on stage? Are you that stupid or are you that much of a bitch? Personally, if I was in Vito's shoes, right? If I was in Vito's shoes and Riley said something like that to me, even if I thought he was 100% serious, I would still go to Hackamania because what the fuck is Riley going to do? Riley is one of the only people on earth shorter than Ethan Ralph. Like, objectively, we have the video evidence. He's like a centimeter shorter than Ralph is. And he couldn't even beat Ralph in a fight, right? In the video we showed, Ralph, by the end of the video, was fighting like 3-4 people at once. And he still walked away fine and just drove home. Like, so Riley is weak as fuck. He's a fucking manlet. He's not a threat to anybody. He cried. Apparently, according to Frog Tony, he got turned out in prison, and that's the reason why he's traumatized, and he wants Eric July to apologize to him because somebody fucking, they like tossed his salad back and forth all night, not one. They jailhouse rocked that boy. And this is who Vito is afraid of.
Like, obviously, I don't know if you... Fun. I know you always return to this fun shit. Like, nothing, no one else's plans matter if you're not having fun.
All right. Great show.
Don't agree to do a show if you're just going to bitch out.
Right. What a bitch. Look at him. It's like, oh, great show. I can't even, man. I can't work. I can't work under these conditions. I'm the talent. I have to have fun. I have to.
Great show. I didn't bitch out. I'm doing the show.
Then...
You did bitch out though. You just, he rich tomorrow. That's what Vito did. This is why this is a very legitimate crash out from Dick here. He's basically getting mad at Vito for he pulled a Vito tomorrow. Maybe this is just an Italian American thing. No offense to any of the Italians watching this, but maybe I don't know. I keep seeing this from maybe it's obese somewhat pedophilic Italian American thing, right? And who's middle-aged, right? Who's washed up, right? Washed up, middle-aged, morbidly obese Italian thing where you make promises and then you break them and then you go back on that promise you broke like within a couple hours of each other. Maybe that's just a habit they all share.
What was this?
Mr. Poop Snorkel for 2, tape dick to your forehead to see these nuts. F word. Rex Sexton for 5. I'm not able to make.
It's no wonder he didn't want this motherfucker around his house. Why would you want somebody like this to even be around you, bro? It's like, yeah, dude, get the fuck out of my house. We can do that. We can do this shit over a call. You stay in your dingy little home. Don't come to my Barbie dream mansion, right, where I fuck my middle-aged wife in, who I inherited from my original E-Daddy Maddox. You get the fuck out of here, bro. You're fucking take your cuties Blu-ray with you.
Macamania. That's a bummer, Rex. I don't know where Vito is going to stay this year or who's going to heckle Vito.
All right, you done being a faggot? Let's do the show.
Oh, he's big mad.
Do what show?
Can we do a
I mean, it's these constant
show?
tantrums that, I'm fighting with Riley again. All right, so I'm not going to Hackamania. Okay.
You want to do a comedy show?
Do you? Yeah. Then stop fighting with these guys on DMs.
Stop fucking having...
Jefferson C. Post, thank you for $2. Has the sector ever had a good physical fight? Oh shit. Well, there was that one time. There was that one time when PPP and Worski play fought each other. And PPP, he thought with his massive weight and the fact that he was over 6 feet tall, that he was going to demolish Worski, Kokeski, right? Like all the coke just killed all of his motor functions. He can't even fight anymore. And then Worski put that big boy in a headlock, and he just choked the life of him like a anaconda. So I don't know. That was probably the best fight. Other than that, no. It's like everybody. Worski got knocked out in like 2.5 seconds by Salt Poppy. Let's see. Ralph and Riley, they had their little gunt on gunt scuffle. And it was kind of pathetic to watch, right? It's just, it's like it was like watching two chickens fight each other in a little ring or some shit. No, nobody in the sector is that good of a fighter, for real. DB, thank you for the 199 pounds. Would anyone trust Vito to babysit their kids? I don't know. Shit, there's some mother out there. There's some mother out there in like the Midwest who's very, very high on fentanyl, who would probably let Vito be her babysitter while she went to go and, fuck her coke dealer for more drugs. Something like that. Situation like that was very specific example I gave. Don't take anything from that. Let's see. Giga Todd Howard, thanks for the $2. He's chronically unhappy. Digibro's back on YouTube, by the way. I noticed. I've been paying attention to him. Link, thank you for $2. Digibro isn't the upcoming video, by the way. Anyone's wondering. I do plan on doing something about Digibro later this year. He's not the video. He's not going to be the video for this month. So, Link, thank you for the $2. Your Twitter account is the best. You low-key a philosopher. Oh, thank you, brother. Ames, thank you for $2. Is that Chad Kroger from Nickelback?
This thing where, hey, anybody can say anything they want to veto. It's
yeah,
okay.
they can.
I don't accept it. It's not okay.
So block them. Why are you in the Clipperverse Green Room chat if this is what it's going to do?
Why is a guy, because I need to know what the fuck's going on.
What, you don't?
Well, now I know that a guy has plans to come, and he said very specifically, I'm going to ruin
Give me a minute,
Hackamania.
guys. Give me a minute. No, Masad didn't get me. They might get Tyler Oliveira, though. That nigga, I don't know, he's getting it a little too close to the sun. They already took out his Patreon, right? They might take out that boy. Nick Shirley, too. Y'all saw that? Nick Shirley, he came up under the comments. He came up under the replies on Twitter to Tyler's video. He's like, expose everything. Bro, man, I don't know, there was some crashing out over that shit. You know what I've noticed? You know what's crazy about that? You know, just to get briefly political for a minute, is that the super Zionist people, you know, the super pro-ADL, I don't want to say super pro-Jewish, because I have noticed a growing number of Jewish people who are like, this is very, very bad for us. Like, there was this dude, and I saw it, I don't remember what the post was or what his name was, but he was basically making this post. He made an essay post about how there is a segment of the Jewish population that is just going to get the rest of Jews in America in a whole lot of trouble, right? and those people, the people who he's talking about are the people who are replying, them and their Goyim allies, right? They're the dudes who are like replying to Tyler Oliveira's video and saying, you're a grifter, you're anti-Semitic, you're evil, you're a piece of shit, you're being funded by Qatar because all Zionist people, they really hate Qatar for allegedly doing the things that Israel already does all the time when it comes to bribing American politicians and shit like that. So, you know, I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting to see how this is going to play out. Anyway,
I don't care how many
He's
people
gonna have novelty scissors again. He's gonna ruin his novelty fucking scissors.
So maybe he'll fuck around. I don't know. But when he says
Nick Shirley glows bright after that Somali story, well, I don't know. Apparently, either glowies are no longer cool with Mossad like they used to, or Nick Shirley has just gone rogue.
I'm willing to risk a assault charge. I'm going
because he hasn't deleted that tweet
to
yet.
ruin Hackamania for everyone to try and get at you. And I go, wow.
What happened to your big storm off? Like, this is like the I'm not doing Hackamania storm off. Oh, here I am again.
See, this is what I'm talking about. He did the Rich tomorrow, the veto tomorrow. That's just where we're going to have it, right? He did the veto tomorrow. He did it like within a few seconds of each other.
He's going to ruin his novelty fucking scissors.
So maybe he'll fuck around. I don't know. But when he says, I'm willing to risk an assault charge, I'm going to ruin Hackamania for everyone to try and get at you. And I go, wow.
What happened to your big storm off? Like, this is like the I'm not doing Hackamania storm off. Oh, here I am again.
How are you just going to switch up like that? It's so annoying.
Fucking perform and do comedy.
It's just as annoying when Rich does it all the time.
You're here to cry and fucking make drama out of bullshit.
You know what? Nick does this too. Nick Fuentes does his little the Nick tomorrow, right? Maybe it is an Italian thing. I don't know. I'm trying not to be too racist. I've noticed sometimes I go back and I rewatch my old shit and I'm like, man, I'm being like really mean to Italians. Like I remember that Dave Moscato video. Dave is Italian too, right? So I'm like, I don't mean to. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to all my Italian fans. I don't mean to go at you guys like this, but it's like there are a lot of Italian lolcows. I don't know what to tell you.
Let's do comedy, cocksucker. It's not that hard.
Nick is Mexican, Italian, and Irish.
Just be entertained.
You know what's weird? He keeps claiming the Irish part, even though he's like, I don't know, bro. Like, your dad is literally Mexican. We have photos of that nigga, right? We know your grandfather was literally born in Mexico, bro. Like, come on, dude.
Be fucking jovial.
He's like, and all the groypers are like, no, he's Castizo. He's Castizo. He's barely native. Okay, dude.
Look at you.
Look at me, what?
You look fucking, what is
I'm
this?
pissed.
Well, you shouldn't be.
Why?
Because you're being a little bitch.
He's being a little bitch. You literally just got off, said you called him a faggot. You said, great show. You stormed off. And then you literally just like turned your fat ass around in a circle, in a semicircle, I mean, and walked back to the chair. And now you're saying he's being the little bit. You're literally afraid of Riley, bro.
I'm here to perform. I'm here to do comedy. And part of doing comedy is being professional. I want to go to Hackamania, have a real good time.
Bro, what do you think this is? What do you think this is? You think that you're like, you think you're Dave Chappelle, bro? You think you're like an actual comedian? Like you're gonna do a show in Dubai or some shit like all those other big comics and shit? Taking that Arab Emirate money? You think that's gonna be you? No, dude, you're doing a fucking retarded internet drama show. That's what you're doing. In another man's house. That's not even in like a proper studio or anything like this, dude. When was the last time you did a comic set? When's the last time he did, does he have any specials to his name, Vito? No, he does. He doesn't have any specials. He's never been on any TV shows that I know of. I can at least say this about Dick. At least Dick has cameoed in some, like, E-tier movies or some shit like that. I don't know any credentials. Maybe we can check his IMDb page for Vito, see what he's done. But you talk about professional, you have not and have never been on that level or even close to it.
So you know what?
The close you've ever been to that level is hugging on to Dax Herrera's nuts, which the only reason he was ever on that level is because he started off hugging on to Maddox's nuts.
I really want to do a good show at Hackamania. I really do. And then I get messages from a guy who's saying, I'm going to fuck up your show. I'm going to fucking risk an assault charge to get at you. That's exactly what he said to me. And I said, wow, that really sucks because I'm really trying to figure out how to make Hackamania a good show. And now in the back of my mind, instead of just planning for Hackamania, I have to plan for the fact that
you're not even planning for it. What do you mean make it a good... Dude, you're not even organizing the event. You were just going to be there, dude. He doesn't even understand what being the talent means. Quiet Rioter, thank you for $5. I want a rabbi to go up to Ben Shapiro and Laura Loomer and tell them, oy vey, shut up, will you? You're making the funny mustache man seem smart. Some of them do, right? Like you got those anti-Israel. You have anti-Zionist Jews who they look like Hasidic Jews and they go around, they go to rallies like saying free Palestine and shit and how Israel is... Okay, let me put it like this. There are a sect of Jews in America. Well, maybe not a sect, but like they don't believe that the Israel that's talked about in the Bible is the same Israel that is the current state of Israel, which I think is actually quite reasonable. I don't think that the state of Israel would have been created by it just doesn't make any sense, right? Because let's say, I don't know, I could just name a town in America, Israel. And is that the Israel from the, like, I don't know, it's silly. Anyway, they don't believe that the Jewish Messiah is going to show up in Israel, and they don't like how Israel gets down. So they protest and they say they disavow Israel and Mossad and Benjamin Netanyahu and all that bullshit, right? So it's like, it's not a universal thing. I talked about this in my Laura Loomer video about part of the reason why Laura failed to get elected, even though she was running in literally the most Jewish district in America, is because not all Jewish people are a monolith who simp for Israel 24/7. It's actually not true. Rothanian, thank you for $4.99. Is a bitch made... It's so bitch made of Vito when he tries to whine over people saying, I don't understand what's going on when this fall ravioli tries to do it nonstop. Exactly.
Your fucking
he plays dumb.
Clown boy is going to show up and, ooh, maybe I'll throw shit on...
What's that one millennial woes tweet? A lot of liberal rhetoric just comes down to pretending like they don't know what's going on. That's Vito to a T.
Maybe I'll shoot. I don't know. He says, I'm going to risk an assault charge to fuck up Hackamania. And I go, Okay, I know you want me to just go, well, it's just Riley. He might not do anything. Yeah, he probably won't. But it's still a fucked up thing to put in my head when I'm trying to plan for a fucking comedy show. I don't want to think about, oh, and I got to plan for 30 minutes in. Riley might do something retarded.
Yeah, he might.
Okay, well, it's okay. So it fucks up with my planning for the show because I'm trying to plan a good comedy show for the people who paid to be there, and they didn't pay to see Riley storm the stage with scissors and threaten.
How do you know that? Maybe that's, I mean, a lot of these dudes are dickheads. They probably do want that. Again, you know, we look over here at Dick's Patreon, right? Look at what is the most profitable. Hold on. I got it all the way fucked up over here. Hold on. Let me pull this over here a little bit. What's the most recently profitable era of Dick's Patreon? Hold on. It's this right here. This little moment right here. This little blip right here. This is what was Riley doing? What shenanigans was Riley getting up to when people decided they really liked giving Dick Masterson money again? Oh, it was when he was doing all the hijinks. They love Riley's hijinks. You just don't like it when it's being done to you. That's all it is. Hold up. All right.
To beat me up or whatever, because that's fucking retarded. So yeah, when I get a message from a guy who says, I'm going to fuck up Hackamania for you in the audience, I get fucking heated and I call you and I go, hey, your little clown boy who...
Yes, this was the event the legend known as Josh Denny put on his big special at.
You refuse to talk
Comedy Go.
to and be like, dude, can you just fucking...
King of the comedy underground, Josh Denny.
knock it off and let us do a comedy show because you
I
think
agree with
chaos is
him.
funny.
You're being an asshole.
I'm being an asshole in what way?
Calling me.
Yeah, exactly. Because you can't discuss anything about the show, like nothing.
No. I can
we're
discuss
gonna do a
it.
show at
Vito.
Hackamania. It's part of our fucking comedy production. Is we're going to Hackamania to do a show. A guy's telling you he's going to interrupt our show.
A guy that
and
you
your
are fighting with
reaction-
all day. A guy that you are fighting with all
I'm
fucking
not.
day.
Dick's whole thing here is that, look, bro, this is not my problem. You can just block these people or just mute them, and that would be the end of it. You know that Riley loves to talk that ish and then not follow through on it. That's been his whole bit with Eric July forever, dude. Like, why are you calling me? Stop calling me. Leave me alone.
I didn't even fucking say shit.
This is why Dick is like, no calls from Vito. No emails from Vito. No texts from Vito. No DMs from Vito. I don't want Vito coming to my house.
To him, and all of a sudden in Twitter, he's going, oh, now I'm pissed off about something, and I'm going to fuck up Hackamania.
Which is retarded.
It is retarded. He shouldn't say shit like that.
No, that doesn't matter. That's nothing.
Okay, fine. I'm sorry that when a guy tells me he's going to fuck up my set at a comedy show I've been planning for like 2 months.
That would be impossible.
Yeah, I know, because I'm not funny, and it's all a fucking waste of
True.
time. Do you want...
No response. No response.
fuck up my set at a comedy show I've been planning for like 2 months?
That would be impossible.
See, he was trying to say, Dick was trying to do here. He was like, that'd be impossible, Vito, right? Because you're decent enough at comedy that Riley's hijinks wouldn't be enough to just destroy your whole set or whatever. But then Vito comes out and he's like,
Yeah, I know, because I'm not funny, and it's all a fucking waste of time.
and then Dick is like, well, you know, that's actually true too.
Do you want this
Like, he was gonna say something, but then he's like, you know, that actually is true.
show to just be like,
I don't ever
fucking
want you to call me
bullshit?
about your internet arguments. Ever again.
I'm calling you about Hackamania, a fucking comedy show that we are contractually supposed to be performing at, and that I've been told somebody's gonna fuck with our set. One of your fucking...
Okay, so we were contractually obligated to perform here, but I'm just gonna cancel because Riley is fucking with me. Okay.
biggest
That actually makes you sound worse, bro.
fans who does whatever you fucking want, okay? It just is
What
constant.
do I want him to do?
He just wants to please you. He does it because he knows he has your tacit approval. He goes,
I mean, you know, hold up. You are playing dumb a little bit, bro. You do know that Riley loves to do... Riley is trying to play... He's trying to please his master with a lot of his shenanigans. You know,
oh, look,
Dick.
here, I've created drama. I've created something fucking for the show, and Dick's gonna laugh about it.
For real, here's what Vito's like, if Dax would just tell Riley to stop, hey, just leave Vito alone. Just leave him alone, Riley. Riley would do it. Riley would be like, okay, right? And that would be the end of it. So that's what Vito wants him to do. But Dick is like, well, it's two things. One, all of that stuff that's been done against Eric July, that would like automatically give Eric an automatic W if he were to tell Riley to stop messing with somebody. Because then it would be like, okay, so you really could have stopped all that shit from happening at literally any time. Like, you were literally just just seeing how long could you get away with just messing with some dude and trying to like harass him and shit like that, right? That's really was what you were trying to do. And two, he just doesn't want any of this to be his problem. He wants Vito to be a man, right? Be a big boy and not have to run to him to solve his problems. So those are the things, right? And Vito doesn't want it. He's like, no, make Riley stop. Make him leave me alone. Make him stop bullying me. Make him stop saying that he's going to come to my house and, I don't know, do shit to me, even though I said I would like rape his girlfriend and also I want to fuck kids. But none of that is serious. None of the things that Vito ever says, all of the crazy shit that Vito's ever said, all the multiple times he said he loves cuties, all the multiple times he said he's coming for people's kids, all the multiple times he said he wanted to rape mint salad, none of that is to be taken seriously. But we have to take what Riley is saying to him 100% seriously, 100% of the time. Bitch-made behavior.
I go, okay, well now I have to go, okay, is Riley going to fuck with the show? Is Riley going to like do something to me during the show? And if I got to think about that and plan for that, I don't want to do it.
Then block him. Block him on Twitter so he can't message you this shit anymore. But you don't.
Okay, if I block Riley, is he just going to stop fucking with me?
Who knows?
Okay.
But you argue with him all the time.
If you ignored him, he legitimately would just like, it's like, this is what Eric July is evidence of. If you just ignore Riley, then that's it. Like, he can't really do anything to you, for real. Like, there's nothing he can do, dude. Just like ignore him and he'll go away. It's like he won't even exist. Jefferson C. Post, thank you for $2. Norman Finkelstein, pro-Palestine Jewish academic. Very true. Norman Finkelstein is like the perfect example of what I'm talking about.
And every time it ends in,
he does not fuck with Israel at all.
I'm quitting.
He has literally said he doesn't just want a free Palestine. He wants Israel to not exist. He wants all current residents of Israel to pack up and go back to where their grandparents came from or some shit like that.
I'm not doing Hackamania anymore. Okay.
I don't want to do a fucking set if part of the set is I got a plan for a guy to fuck with me. Thankfully, Melton said, don't worry about it. We got you covered. And I said, okay,
What does that mean?
It means that whatever.
What's Melton going to do? What, Melton's going to like get some boys out here to handle Riley? What's that going to do?
Going to make sure nothing happens during our set.
How?
We'll see.
What do you mean we'll see? Is this another
Melton.
secret warrant situation?
No, I trust Melton. He said,
I asked
we'll
Melton, is Riley trespassing the casino? Like, do they have a picture of him?
No one is
trespassing. Is that what we're dealing
the
with?
Casino. As long as he doesn't fuck with the fucking show,
but you won't
no
block
problem.
him, will you? You won't leave that group that you're always in there arguing with him either, will you?
He keeps being like, comes back to being a normal guy, and I go, okay.
He's the one. Yeah, he's the one losing it.
How have I lost
it? Your comic went out. The comic preview went out. People were very negative, and then you started spinning out. That's what happened.
How?
Arguing with people on Twitter all day.
Which was fun, and I had no problem with it.
No, it was not fun, because otherwise you wouldn't block people. Otherwise, you wouldn't have this sort of you wouldn't have this sort of tantrum. I really need to stop calling them crash outs and start calling them tantrums. We use the word crash out, including me. We use it way too often, right? We should start using it more sparingly for shit like, I don't know. What's a good example of a crash out? What's a good example of somebody like actually crashing out and you know what? Review Tech USA in 2024, see, that was a crash out. That was a motherfucker who was actually spiraling and just ruining his life and career for literally no reason. What Vito's doing here, it's not a crash out. It's just a tantrum.
Enjoyed arguing.
He's just going, wah, wah.
With Frog Tony. The only thing I didn't enjoy was a guy telling
Oh, yeah, DSP's Eat It rant. See, that wasn't just a usual Dark Side Phil tantrum. That was that was a crash. That was a rant. That motherfucker was mad.
He was going to fuck up my set at Hackamania.
Hot Fart Dinkeldorf for 5. 3 weeks and no YOLO shirt. I just want to give you guys money. I don't think it's going to happen. The Gentleman's Sausage.
Hey.
What?
How you doing?
No, fine.
Are we good?
Man, this dude is no wonder you're fucking single, dude. No wonder this dude is single. It's not even like that he's disgusting, which he is. Both physically, spiritually, mentally, on every level, just like subhuman. But beyond that, right? Because ugly motherfuckers get pussy all the time, despite what a lot of incels would tell you. It's also just he's got this sort of personality. Well, he'll start a fight, right? It'll be a fight over shit that he's done. And rather than just go, you know what, you're right, my bad. He'll just like crash. I said it again. He'll just throw a tantrum, right? He'll go wham wham And then after he's seen the damage he's done, after he sees all the toys that he's just thrown across the floor, he'll look at you and he'll be like, hey, are we good? No, motherfucker, we aren't good. Because you're a baby. You're a big fucking baby. And I don't want to have to deal with this. And this is why you can't come to my house anymore.
Yeah, it's fine.
This is why you can't even call me. He tried to call Dick's wife. And Dick had a low-key crash out over him calling 80s girl. Because not only did he call her, he called her while she was at work. Like while she was at school around children. There was like a degree of separation between Vito's voice and children. And that probably also triggered him along with him talking to his wife, period. Right? So just multiple reasons why Dax wants as many degrees of separation between him and Vito as possible. He doesn't even want to be in the same location as this dude.
This is fine.
Okay. He probably hates that they live in the same city.
Okay.
What if he goes on a date? What if he goes out with his kid and with 80s girl and they just randomly come across Vito, right? That'd be fucking horrifying.
Just do a fucking comedy show, man.
Yeah, man, look, I think you're obviously dealing with something. I just can
obviously.
tell that I can tell it gets to you, and it always culminates in this obsessive calling and other weird shit and quitting and shit. Quitting a show to me, quitting a show 3 weeks out or whatever is in
3 weeks out. Like within a month. And he's like, I'm not doing it. And then just a couple hours later, like a day or two later, he was like, no, I'm sorry. No, I'm back. Melton said that everything will be fine. It's like, ugh.
Insane.
I didn't quit because I talked to Melton.
That's the sort of behavior that only super high demand, super talented celebrities can pull. And Vito is neither. He's neither in demand, neither is he talented. There is nothing to warrant. Like he's trying to do, Vito is doing prima donna behavior, but he's not a bad bitch. You can't act like, only bad bitches can act like this, Vito. I'm sorry.
Gave me assurances that no one would fuck with our show.
This is what I got.
From who?
You.
Don't read my text to you.
Well, then, is what I'm saying true or not? Did you say you're not going or not?
Yeah, I said I'm not going. And then I changed my mind after talking to Melton.
Yeah, that's insane. That's like mental
insane.
illness, dude. I'm not going to the show that I agreed to go to for months. Now I'm suddenly going again. There's something going on there.
Yeah, what's going on is I got assurances that no one would fuck with our show.
But when that's nuts, because that's nothing.
I don't want to fucking be told, hey, there's a guy who's
like, what do you want Melton to do? I got assurances that nobody will what could he possibly, what if Riley came anyway? He decided to do something anyway, right? What's Melton really going to do besides tell him, oh, Riley, you can't do that, bro. You got to leave. Like, what else could he do? Quiet Rider, thank you for $5. Vito's stand-up would be more painful than Anthony A-Log Legato's stand-up. Why are all these Italians so lazy? Tony Soprano would be ashamed. I'm sorry to the Italian bros. I didn't mean for you guys to get bullied like this on stream. I'm sorry. It's like, I'm not going to associate you guys with bad apples. I know it's just a couple of them. It's like back in the early 1900s when everybody in America was calling Italians. They were saying all this bad shit about Italians just because of the mafia, who were like 1% of Italian Americans, right? They were saying all of them are like that. No, not all of them were like that. Not all Italians were running speakeasies and they were mafia guys and hitmen and shit like that. It was don't let a small minority just like reflect on everybody. Potentially criminal, thank you for $5. What's up, Sean? Dick is finally realizing how saddling up with a lazy thieving nonce is such a horrible idea. I love to see it. Yeah, he did basically steal the idea from Super Killer. It's like, and it's not even just one of those things where like he took multiple sources. Hold on, let me look it up real quick. It's not even one of those things where he took multiple sources and he ripped it off from all of those things and stitched it back together. It was like, hold on, I think I can find it. Can I find it? I know what he ripped off. It was this comic, right? That basically had the same idea. He ripped off two things. One was a comic that basically had the exact same idea as Super Killer. The other one was like a manga. There it is. I think I found it. Yeah, it's this right here. this is a manga called Super Killers. Mature content? Oh shit, I might not be able to show that on stream. Hold on, let me see something real quick. Let me see how bad it's gonna be. Maybe it won't be that. Maybe it's not that spicy. Man, this ain't shit. What are you talking about? Mature content warning, man, whatever. Super Killers, right? So this is what it is. We are not about to read this on stream. I just wanted to show you guys the cover. The death metallic crime lord known as Jack the Argentate must battle the onslaught of foes wrought forth by the machinations of ICAD, the god of evil. From mutants to zombies to rival gangs, he must battle with all his malice while confronting his villainous origin. You know what? I'll say this. This sounds way more interesting. This is actually a superhero comic. This sounds way more interesting than whatever the fuck is going on with Super Killer. And this is the page specifically I was thinking of. See, doesn't this look way more interesting than anything that's going on in Super Killer? Which is just like this weird parody comedy comic, right? Like you actually have interesting stuff and stakes going on. One Stop Music, thank you for $5. Yo, Mikey, will you make a video on YouTube's black-pilled incel community? Some of those dudes are insane and have crash outs on live all the time. I've been thinking about that, right? Because sometimes I listen to... Here's something... Let me tell you guys something about... let me tell you guys about something that I like to do. I have another channel, right? I have multiple different channels on YouTube. Some of them I'm planning on doing stuff with in the not too distant future. And others just exist because I want to cultivate certain algorithms. And on one of these channels, I'm not going to tell you the name of it, but one of these channels, I have a channel where I deliberately went out of my way to make the algorithm on this channel like 50-50 black-pilled doomer content and 50 and the other half, right? The other half is like self-motivation, manifestation, like optimistic Christian content. So I scroll through the algorithm on this channel that I have, and every other video will be something like DBDR, and the other one will be something like Tony Robbins or some shit like that, right? Or some anime Christian motivation channel just telling you, you can do it, you can get through this shit, you can make it through. Or some dude who just survived cancer telling you to never give up, right? On this channel. And that's what I listen to in my that's what I listen to in my meantime. So yeah, I do know a lot of these dudes, a lot of these black-pilled doomer channels, because I got a channel that's just dedicated to showing me these dudes on the algorithm. So yeah, I might do something with those guys in the future. Vince, thank you for $5. Dax either completely misjudged Vito's character when hiring him as co-host, or he thought he quit by now and gift him a lawsuit that he could milk. The best thing that could happen to Dick right now, oh yes, Abigail, I do, this channel's algorithm does recommend me a lot of Marmalade Boy. But no, the best thing that could happen to Dick right now is that Vito does just abandon them, and the biggest problem in the universe does fail, and then he gets to add Vito as his new main lolcow to bully. Because there's so much fucking dirt that I know he has to have about Vito. So much things that he wants to say about Vito all the time that he just holds back on because, well, he's my co-host. I have to keep putting up with this dude, you know, fucking extra $3K a month, you know. Who wants to throw away a free $3,000 every month? I don't. So who knows? We'll see. I doubt these two will make it together throughout the rest of the year. Link, thank you for $2. Are Italians white? Are Italians white? That depends on who you ask. Quiet Rider, thank you for $2. Remember, kids, the black pill is a suppository. Now, I will say, Link, about are Italians white? I will say that American Italians mostly come from Italians are ambiguously white region of Italy. That is Sicily and southern Italy. That is where the vast majority of Italian Americans come from. Very few Italian Americans are from northern Italy. In fact, I would say that Argentina has more Northern Italians, more people of Northern Italian descent than the average Italian American in America is. So, you know. Mikey, who's the better Italian, Robert De Niro or Vito? Is that a real question? Like the evil, like the Italians that Robert De Niro plays in his movies are better Italians than Vito, and they aren't even fucking real.
Specifically told you he's going to come and fuck up your show.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can do about it, and you just have to wait to see what he's going to do. And I said, I talked to Mel, and he said, don't worry, nobody's going to fuck with your show. And I said, oh, okay, that makes me feel a lot better.
Yeah, it's like, that's nothing. That's what's so weird about it. Melton going, don't worry. It's like, yeah, people have been telling you not to worry about this shit for years.
No.
Oh no, the biggest problem in the universe, it's not done. We thought it was done. I thought it was dead. But then, I don't know, Vito came down after another tantrum of almost quitting the show. Vito has almost quit the biggest problem in the universe like 3 times now, even though it's the best thing to have ever happened to him, which is saying a lot, right? That says a whole lot about Vito, that the best thing that ever happened in his life, since he came to fucking Cali to become a big comic and a big celebrity and shit, the best thing that ever happened to him was becoming Dax Herrera's sidekick. But yeah, he's almost quit the show 3 times, and I really don't think he's gonna make it with Dick throughout 2026. I think this is it. I think we're in the last season of this era of the biggest problem in the universe, and it's gonna die, and Dick's probably gonna reboot it. I want people to remember, Dick wanted Boogie. Dick wanted Boogie to be his new co-host in the biggest problem in the universe. And that's probably, I'm not going to lie, that probably is a way, way better universe for Dick Masterson than fucking keeping in Vito here. Because Vito is the whole reason why he got into this one-sided feud with Eric July to begin with. None of this would have happened. All of this is like the byproduct of Vito being envious of Eric July and bringing everybody along for the ride.
Oh, people have told me just let whatever happen because anything that happens to you doesn't count.
I don't know what you're getting. That's like weird. And that's like a perversion of what people are saying too. They're saying Riley's goofing around. He's just trying to fuck with you. That's it. Nothing's gonna happen.
Well, here's the thing.
I don't know what he said, but I'm sure it's just like more retarded bullshit.
Yeah, it is like Wings quitting Lolcow. And honestly, they have a lot in common, I feel, Wings and Vito.
Good.
Telling me that you're going to...
I will say, nah, that was weird. Because, I don't know, Jordy has actually looked at CP before, right? But I do think, here's weird. Here's the weird thing. Even though Jordy has, like, actually, like, looked at CP before, I still believe that there's a much more better chance of Vito actually being a pedophile than Wings is. Because I never remember... Maybe a Wings detractor in chat can tell me, but I never remember a segment where Wings went on a show to defend for like over an hour why non-offending pedophiles, we should do more to accommodate them, and that would stop them from offending in the future. I never remember something like that happening with Wings, so I don't know.
Risk, like, the specific phrasing was something along the lines of, now that I don't have to worry about the court case, I'm okay with risking an assault charge. I'm going to ruin Hackmania for you and everyone else.
Risking an assault charge. It's like, that's just Riley's stupid shtick. It's like, I'm going to assault you.
Oh, he was just looking at T-girl stuff? Okay.
I'm going to risk an assault charge. Like, yeah, it's obviously just.
Right. I can say, okay.
That's not, obviously, that's not as bad, but still.
I understand that this is just his stupid, goofy, fucking whatever, but it's still really fucking annoying that I have to go, okay, I'm already having trouble trying to figure out exactly what we're doing at Hackmania. I don't need an extra thing of, okay, and then when Riley...
It's just a fucking podcast. It would be funny if somebody interrupted it. That's why I don't understand what any of this is. It's just weird, man.
Because the joke isn't on you. The joke is not, hey, I'm going to fuck with Dick. The joke is, hey, I'm going to interrupt the show to try and fuck with Vito.
Well, yeah, why would anybody fuck with Dick? Everybody who watches your show likes Dick.
You know,
It's you. It's you who's the one that everybody has a problem with. Everybody who watches your show likes Dick. Everybody in Comicsgate likes Dick. Obviously, Riley and Mint Salad like Dick. You know, all the fucking Dabbler people, they fuck Dabbleverse people, they like Dick. PKA, they like Dick. I'm not gonna lie, right? Like, I don't like Dick Masterson. A lot of us here, we don't like Dick Masterson. There are quite a lot of people who are pretty cool with Dax Herrera, you know, although be it. I don't know any of these people. Any of these communities really like Vito or would fuck with Vito if he just didn't come packaged with Dick, honestly.
Yeah, so fuck with me. Like, what do you mean fuck with?
I don't know. Something about risking an assault charge.
Like when it was your house, it was like, okay, I guess he's got something with his house, but now it's like a comedy show? People heckle comedy shows all the time.
He didn't say, I'm going to heckle the show. If he said, hey, I'm going to heckle the shit out of you, I would have said, have at it, sir.
What do you think he's going to do?
Wait, it's just got to be literal then? You can't even fucking, what, you can't, like I said, Vito has no creativity or originality. You got to like spell it out for him. Like, hey man, I'm going to come and fuck with you and ruin your show. So I don't know. He thinks that he's literally just going to come with a gun and just shoot him in the face while he's trying to like do the show Joker style or some shit like that.
I don't know.
You don't know so much that you're
like, you never heard of a figure of speech? How do you not know? How does he say all of the things that he says, but then he can't just piece together that Riley is just talking to talk? Like, how? Why is this so hard, dude?
Gonna cancel going to the show?
If it involves when the phrasing is I'm going to risk an assault charge, that sounds like he's going to do some form of assault.
So then you're not going to show. I mean, that's the part that pisses me off. It's the some kind of assault. Call.
I'm gonna be real, bro. This is the gayest thing you've streamed in a while. The blurred on blurred attack was more manly than this stuff. Well, I wanted to get to blurred because he made a response to Ernie's. No, not Ernie made a response to Rob's response on Ernie's original video. So we will get back to that specific black on black gayness, that BBC on BBC action. We will revisit that on a later stream.
Call, text, like
probably after I finally post this fucking video.
I don't want to deal with any of this shit that is lower than retarded to me.
Right.
Like this is one guy screwing around and one guy throwing a fit because people were mean to about his comic book.
I don't nothing to do with the comic book at all.
It just happened on the same day that you're blocking Tony.
Will you cover the Opie and Anthony fallout? I mean, I don't want to do a documentary on the career and downfall of Opie and Anthony, but I do think that the shit that happened after their careers were done, especially for Anthony, I do think that their post peak careers were pretty interesting. So yeah, I could end up covering that because here's the thing. I thought about doing some Dabblerverse stuff, and all roads really do just seem to lead back to O&A in some sort of way, right? Like O&A really does seem to be the father. They are like the fathers of a lot of these internet bastard children of theirs. So I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, so Riley got mad that I blocked Tony, and then he goes, "I'm gonna ruin Hackamania for you." What the fuck does that
do with a comic book? It just seems like you're fucking tripping, dude. All this stuff seems like you're fucking tripping.
Here's what it comes down to: is I'm trying to do this with like these.
I should add an hour intro to the show. I don't know, man. I feel like the 10 minute timer I put on the show alone is just like too much already. But you know, it's like I want to give people time to just come in. I feel like I might shorten it to just 7 minutes or some shit. I don't know the people who have their intro going on for 20 to 30 minutes. Nigga, what are you doing? Just start the show.
Smallest semblance of professionalism. And part of that is, look, we goof around, we're fucking around, whatever. But at the end of the day, I want to do a good show. I want to entertain people. And I don't want to have to think about, oh, and Riley's going to be a part of it because he told me he's going to interject into the show. And
well, maybe you just aren't built for this then, Vito. Maybe you just aren't built for this sort of life, bro. If Riley is enough to keep you from putting on a good show, from like, I don't know, performing at your full potential, then maybe you just aren't cut out for this entertainer comedy shit. Because I remember that show Dave Chappelle did when like some nigga just jumped on stage. I don't know how he did this, by the way. Till this day, this still confuses the fuck out of me. When that one guy just jumped on the stage and he just tried to fuck up Dave Chappelle. And then he got jumped by the rest of security and they stomped they stomped him to death. Like he was just ants on the floor. They just stomped the mess out of that dude. Hold on, let me look it up actually, because I'm thinking about it. And that's actually, because it's hilarious. Let me see. Dave Chappelle attacked. Because I remember when that happened, and that was crazy. It's like, who is that guy? Who is that dude, man? Here it is. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for hip-hop history.
Whoa! What the fuck? Oh. What are you gonna run away for afterward? Like, nigga just ran away like they were just gonna leave him alone. It's like, bro, you can't just run away and expect nothing to happen after that. Bust his ass.
I am going to kill that. Wait, I gotta see this.
He joined him. Dave put down the mic and joined him. Wait, how long were they stomping him for? It was like 2 minutes. They were all stomped. Like 50 dudes were stomping this dude for like 2 minutes.
Thank God that was clumsy.
And then Dave went on to put on a great show. And actually, hold on. Give me a second. I want to show you guys also.
A local man accused of it.
Okay, here. Let's watch this. Let's watch this after, right? Just one of the greatest actions have consequences videos ever, right? Oh, I bet you're wondering how I got into this situation. Hold up, that's not right. There it is. Here we go.
A local man accused of attacking Dave Chappelle on stage says he was triggered by the comedian's jokes. Video of the stunning takedown at the Hollywood Bowl was obtained by TMZ May 3rd. In an exclusive jailhouse interview with the New York Post now, Isaiah Lee says he didn't like Chappelle's jokes about the LGBTQ community and homelessness, but insisted he never meant to hurt the comedian. Lee spoke from the Twin Towers Correctional
you
Facility,
jumped him.
saying,
What do you mean? I never meant to hurt him. You literally like bum rush, bro. I was on stage. What do you mean?
Identify as bisexual, and I wanted him to know what he said was triggering. I wanted him to know that next time he should consider first running his material by people it could affect. 23-year-old Isaiah Lee is also facing attempted murder charges for allegedly stabbing his roommate.
Attempted murder, bro. Like, they had this dude, his arm was hanging off. His shit was just like bouncing off. It's like the joint was just disintegrated the way his arm was bent backward. Got beat like that, and he's getting charged for murder. And all he did was like just push him to the ground once. Oh shit, total L. Total L. Whatever he did. Hey, that was he had to take one. He took one for the LGBT community, right? I don't remember any of them coming to defend him, by the way. Nobody. I didn't see no rainbow flags being flown for this dude. They just left him to the wolves.
Assault me and fuck up. And in his very specific words, I'm going to ruin Hackamania for everyone else. I don't care how much it pisses everyone else off as long as I can get at you, which was basically what he said. And I said,
well, hey,
okay,
he's bisexual. He's bisexual, so at least he'll have a good time in prison, probably.
And I'm going to ruin it first by not going. Wouldn't it be better if I just don't go and then he doesn't have a reason to ruin it for everyone? I mean, he's going to ruin it anyway. That was his intention. I don't want to say insane because it's insulting, and I don't know where this is coming from, but none of it makes any sense. It's definitely not professional. It's light years from professional. What's unprofessional? Quitting. I didn't. Okay.
Like, what? He's... Look at his
Quitting.
expression.
I didn't.
It's like, what the fuck? It's like, this is the moment here. Right here. This specific moment right here is when Dick realized, I made a mistake. I made a mistake partnering with this dude. I should have never... No amount... Like, I'm surprised that he's still with it almost a year later, right? It's a miracle. I mean, the show did almost end like a month ago. So maybe, like I said, they probably aren't making it out of 2026 with each other together. That probably isn't happening. But, you know, this is the face of regret. This is the face, I should have known better.
Okay. Is the show happening? I briefly voiced concerns.
Yes, he does, Miss Sean.
To Patrick Melton, and Patrick Melton said, you have nothing to worry about. So then I said, okay, then never mind. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm doing the show. Just I briefly called you and said, hey, if I really got to worry about somebody who's going to ruin the whole show.
That's not what you said at all.
So what did I say?
I'm not doing Hackamania. Okay, let me find it.
Yeah, I said I'm not going to do it because this guy's telling me he's going to ruin the whole show for everybody else. And my understanding of all this is that everyone will just go, oh, it's fine. He can do whatever he wants to you because you're veto and you can just take it and suck it up and be the laughing stock or whatever. And I was like, well, if the show's just going to be a guy storming on stage to humiliate.
Yeah, bro, that's what you are. He hates this. He hates being the butt of the joke. Now, this is something that they both have in common. They both hate being the butt of the joke, right? They both want to be on top all the time, but you know, sometimes you got to take it. Sometimes you're the hammer and sometimes you're the nail. They both hate this. But Vito is the nail a lot more often than Dick. And I'm sorry, bro, between the both of you, you're just less likable and less talented. Sorry. It is what it is, dude.
Me and fuck with me.
Be more funny, right? Like, if you want to be the gregarious, smarmy, fat dude who just gets away with mocking everybody else and nobody else ever picks on you, you should be funnier. You should be more talented than you are.
Then I don't want to do that show. I don't think that's funny or interesting for the audience. I would rather just do a comedy show.
Again, this is the most, he's saying this isn't funny or interesting for the audience. This is the most entertaining shit from Dick and Vito's show that I ever see. Whenever the biggest problem in the universe just becomes them fighting each other, especially when it's Dick just putting Vito through struggle sessions, that shit is hilarious to me. This is the best content that they put out.
And not involve Riley in it at all.
So block him.
Okay, I'll block Riley.
Really?
Is he going to be on our Discord?
Block him.
Okay, so he can just be on the Discord and talk all his shit. And
you always have to get one over on him. It's not, the
getting
blocking isn't enough. It's like you got to excise.
No.
You got to excise him too.
I just want him to act.
You're very tricky.
No, I just want him
very tricky.
I just want him to have the barest level of respect to say, you know what? It's over the line to tell Vito I'm going to assault him at Hackamania.
Tell him twice. Go nuts.
Why is that over the line? But everything you've ever said is just perfectly in line. You've said you've said shit as crazy, if not crazier, than Riley has. But everything you say is like not to be taken. It's just all about him. It's just, he doesn't want to get bullied because he knows that nothing is really going to happen. He just knows that something's going to happen and he's going to get embarrassed in front of everybody. And he doesn't want that to happen because he's a big bitch boy with thin skin, even though he talks so much shit.
Go fucking nuts, Riley. Tell him twice.
So you're
2, 3, 5, 10 times.
Are you encouraged?
Oh, I'm encouraging. I'll fucking pay for it, bro. Go fucking nuts. Say whatever the fuck, everybody. Say whatever the
Real quick. This is what that dude, that bisexual nigga who got sent to prison because he tried and failed to assault Dave Chappelle. This is probably what his life is gonna be.
Fun. It was so much fun that I ended up doing a whole 3 years. Don't quote me on it being fun because I'm supposed to never ever say it. My mom actually told me never ever say it. Now I'm saying it in an interview. I was a bad bitch in prison. Like, prison was like fun. I was fucking on the hottest and the most powerful in there. So yeah, they were bringing in like weed, cell phones, all that shit. And I would get a piece because my throw game is silly. So I give a his neck and he would give me his left organ. Like, it was silly. So no, I never went without anything. Like, I remember I had Jordans. I enjoyed it. Like,
Nigga was living like a queen.
Like normal for somebody to say they enjoy being in prison or jail, but I enjoyed it. Imagine going to like Disneyland. Like, imagine, like, we be seeing all these men like on the streets or in the hood or like blah blah, and they're just not accessible because there's bad out here. Why guys don't want to? Because there's some bad out there and they like pussy, so they ain't gonna fuck us. But imagine these fine ass behind bars, never able to even smell the scent of some pussy, but all they get is.
So hey, maybe it won't be that bad for him. Maybe he'll have a fun time in there. Maybe this was maybe he just wanted to go to prison anyway, and this was just his way of doing it in a very viral way. Going to prison, living his best life.
Fuck you want? Go nuts.
Yeah, have no respect.
Go nuts.
That's the show,
have
right?
Have no respect for anybody. Have no respect.
Do you understand like how much better the show would be if you could just not do this? Like,
do what? say whatever you want to everybody.
Why do you think the show is better by telling the audience, hey, just fuck with Vito endlessly?
I didn't say that. I said say whatever you want to. Don't show anybody respect.
Right. Don't show anyone respect, especially most of all Vito.
I didn't say especially. You're just adding this shit in. This is where I think something's going on in your head,
No,
dude. I'm trying not to pick on you, but I think something's going wrong.
I'm just asking for a small amount of respect for the fact that, you know what, I'm trying to do a great comedy show.
A quantum of respect is too much. Give absolutely none.
So I deserve none.
Nobody deserves any.
So you don't deserve any either. Nobody. Right.
Please,
That's what
for
you're gonna
God's
say.
sake, don't give anybody to any. Don't give anybody any. If I have a problem with what you're saying, I'll block you immediately, and I'll never unblock.
Okay.
That's how you're going to be. If you're going to be somebody and people can say things that are going to rattle you on social media and you know that, like there are just certain things that you get pressed by, like, I don't know, people saying that you basically sex trafficked an autistic girl so that your little gremlin manservant could piss on her so he could pay his rent. Or, I don't know, people say that you dress up like a cow named Juju and you like get pegged in the ass. Or, I don't know, you like took down Pod Awful's Patreon. Or you don't even like for Pod Awful's name to be mentioned while somebody's talking to you, period. Then yeah, you should just block them and just move on. But you shouldn't do what Vito does, which is engage with them, then block them, then unblock them, then continue engaging with them. Because that's what a retarded lolcow would do. Just constantly feeding the trolls. That's what lolcow behavior basically comes down to. Lolcow behavior is just you live in a cycle with the trolls, right? Like you graze your little lolcow grass, and then like, you know, you get milked, and then you go back and you graze some more, and it's just a cycle repeatedly. The people are just constantly milking Vito on social media, and rather than just disengage entirely, he gives them the time of day and keeps restarting the cycle. And it's very tiring to hear this, or at least it is for Dick, as I would imagine it would. So Haiti, thank you for the 20. I'm not sure what that currency is, but I appreciate it, brother. What are you in for? I didn't like a joke. Vince 12, thank you for $2. Riley is 4-2. Kick his ass and be done with it. Exactly. He's not a threat. He's only a threat in your mind, right? I suppose if you're somebody as soft and doughy as Vito Jizzwaldy, not Gizwaldy, but Jizzy Boy Waldy gets jizzed on, then yeah, Riley is scary and intimidating and shit. How Riley tries to present himself as this big, intimidating guy who's going to take Eric July down, that's what Vito actually sees when Riley is coming at him. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to watch from both parties. DB, thank you for 199 pounds. It's not about the money, Sean.
That's a problem?
I just think we would have a better show if
I don't care. People are assholes to me. Block. That's it. Block.
Okay, so when I block people and then you turn it into a whole bit on the show, what's that?
That's funny.
Okay, so when you block people, who cares, whatever. When I block people, oh, he's melting down.
Yeah,
he's
melting
out
down.
of control.
Yes.
Why when you block people is it like, who cares?
Because it's like weird trolls that I'm blocking. Like, you're fucking like 10
I'm blocking
numbers.
people for just making the same stupid joke over and over. I go, okay, now I'm getting annoyed. I'll unblock you later when you're done making the same stupid joke.
Well, you're also blocking them on like the YouTube channel, so they can't super chat or watch the show.
Who did I
Your
block
Twitter is fine.
on the YouTube channel?
A bunch of guys. They still message me. I'm
Oh,
blocked.
anyone who's blocked on the YouTube channel, why have they not messaged me? Because I can unblock them.
And why indeed?
Why do you?
I don't know.
Who wants to talk to you in DMs, bro?
Why do you do this?
Nobody wants to talk to you in DMs, Vito.
Why do I do what?
We can just have a fun show.
Hey, I don't call you twice, ever.
I know, you don't want to discuss anything about the show.
I don't want to talk.
He doesn't call you, period, anymore.
I know, and it's crazy because we could
It's
do
not crazy because all this shit is stupid, man.
Show. It's not stupid.
It's really stupid.
When I'm telling you, hey, you know what's going to help me do a really good job at
I don't care.
do a great show?
I don't care. That's on you.
You should care.
No, I don't. I'm handling my shit. I'll be there to do a good show. We talk about bits all you want, but I don't want to be involved in your online arguments. I don't give a shit about them.
It's not being involved in my online arguments. It's me telling you, hey, I want to be really excited about doing Hackmania.
No, I don't care about your level of excitement. All you got to do is show up. I don't give a fuck about your level of excitement, your emotional shit about it. I'll just show up and do the bit.
What Vito doesn't understand is what Dick is talking about right here is way more professional than what Vito's talking about. Vito's like, well, no, I got to be... the climate's got to be right, and I got to be in the right mood, and I got to have the right vibe. I got to be motivated. I have to have some back and forth with you. And like what Dick is talking about is what if you were actually in show business, what people would tell you. Like, I don't give a fuck about any of that. I don't care how you're feeling. I don't care if your grandma died. Come to the show and put on a show so people can get their money's worth and everybody can get paid, right? That's what they would actually tell you in show business. Nobody cares about how you feel, where your emotions are at. You agreed to do this show, you canceling it like within like less than a month of the show about to be here. That's super unprofessional. How your emotional state is as an excuse to that doesn't fucking matter. Stop being a bitch. Get it together, bro.
That's fucking it.
Great. And I think part of doing a professional show is me not having to worry about a guy who tells me he's going to insult me on stage.
I don't give a fuck about that.
That's fine. You don't have to worry about it.
But I do, because if I don't, it's nag, 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 explosion.
I know you don't care about it, which is why I talked to Melton.
I care less today.
Yeah, but Melton cares about it. And Melton very much...
Does he? Does Melton care about it? Or does Melton... I mean, it is his show, right? At the end of the day, Melton has he has like way more investment to care about this shit than anybody else. So yeah, he has to somewhat care about you and your nagging, your complaining, and your baby bitch boying. So yeah, he does care about it. Hey Mikey, was Medicare your first influence? No, it was the angry video game nerd.
Cares about making sure that the performers don't have to worry about anything during their sets.
They do, though.
Okay, well, Melton has told me that he will make sure that nothing happens during our set.
He's not a wizard. What's he going to do?
He has security. No, there will be.
Actually, hold up. No, it wasn't even an angry video game nerd. It was Stuttering Craig, and then it was the angry video game nerd. It was about at the same time.
Too late. You'll already
I was a big fan of Screw Attack and all that shit.
be dead.
Daily Destin and all that shit.
On the stage from getting a silver hammer
I don't
bashed
think I'll
through your
be
forehead.
dead.
It's very possible.
But I think they will be ready for like stupid hecklers who try to rush the stage or anything stupid like that.
They could be part of the show.
Whatever.
Melton doesn't have security there.
I
They could
talked to
be
Melton. I
dead.
said,
Snap.
hey,
Dead.
There's a guy who told me he really wants to ruin Hackamania for everybody.
Yeah, this is why, I kind of give the angry video game nerd and Stuttering Craig and all those dudes from that era, I kind of give them a pass because they're kind of like nostalgia childhooded in for me. And, they kind of like, I don't know, they're kind of like sacred cows. They probably shouldn't be. I should be meaner to them, but, I give them passes.
Everybody, I don't know. He's probably joking, but I said to you the same shit. I said, look, I said that in my message. I said, I know he's probably joking, but you know what? It really just sucks to have to worry about, like, if he's going to do something.
Yeah, so block him. Stop interacting with him.
Okay, I'll block him on Twitter.
And stop interacting with him.
He's in our Discord.
Block him. I have lots of people blocked on Discord. You never see them.
Okay,
Okay, what?
I'll block him on Discord.
And stop interacting with them.
Okay.
Yeah. Old stuff in Yiddish.
Man, this show sucks.
This is Vito's dream business. We got to read the super.
This is the best this is the best type of show from The Biggest Problem in the Universe. Shows like this.
Chad's longbow for 2. Does it hurt when your knee grows? One Wong for 5. Vito's
Can we
car
do a
guy.
reset real quick?
A reset of what?
What do you mean a reset, nigga? The reset was happening. See, this is why he sucks. He's like, hey, can we do a reset? What he really means is, hey, can you validate my emotions? Can you make me feel good? Because I feel awkward. And I want you to tell me that I'm actually doing a good job, and you don't hate me. Look, he's reading the super chats, right? After he's done reading the super chats, you guys can continue the show like you were. You're the one who's stalling and keeping this. You're the one who earlier, wait, where was it? When did he do his little, he stormed off? When was that? Where was it? Where was it? It was around here-ish. It was so short, I can't even capture it. Okay, it was... There it is.
Bizarre. Like, obviously, I don't know if you...
Fun.
I know you always return to this fun shit. Like, no one else's plans matter if you're not having fun.
All right. Great show.
Don't agree to do a show if you're just going to bitch out.
All right, great show. I didn't bitch out. I'm doing the show.
Then, what was this?
Just being a baby. Just getting up. He probably didn't even make it to the front door before he turned
Mr.
around.
Poopsnort.
And then this dude is like, hey, can we do a reset?
Does it hurt when your knee grows? One Wong for 5. Vito's
Can we
car
do a
guy.
reset real quick?
Do a reset. You called Dick a faggot, and you want to do a reset. Okay, bro.
A reset of what?
I'm going to say one positive thing about you.
You're very funny. I thought your comic preview was great.
Replace Vito with Matt Jarbo. You know what? Here's what you could do. Here's what you could do with Matt Jarbo is that, I mean, he's going to be an annoying... If you want just like a fat, annoying liberal, then yeah, sure. One, I think that Matt Jarbo genuinely knows more about film Because believe it or not, I'm kind of embarrassed to admit this. I have watched some of Jarbo's content in the past year or so, right? I've watched his little live shows or whatever, and he does know a thing or two about movies. So if you just want like some dude who knows a lot about movies and pop culture and who's also just an annoying fat liberal, then yeah, you can basically just swap Vito out for Matt and it wouldn't be that different. Also, Matt would be like a great punching bag. He will be a way better punching bag than Vito, because unlike Vito, he wouldn't fight it. He would just take it. Matt would just take being a punching bag. So I don't know.
I mean, the background
That's
is
the funniest thing you've said.
The
all day.
background was confusing and weird, and I saw what those guys were saying. I don't know why you tripped out.
Yes, Jarbo is trash. His live shows are bad, but I listen to him just because. You know?
I wanted to do that because it's goofy.
Because you never know. You never know when you're going to be listening to something and then you get a gem. So every once in a while, I just listen to bad content just to see, am I going to find something? Like there's this one guy who I've been thinking about doing a documentary on, because I've been wanting to do a documentary on a niche person. And I don't just mean niche in the way that something like Comicsgate is niche. I mean something like Dave Moscato, where nobody knows who the fuck this dude is. I want to get back to that and talk about people like Dave Moscato or John Finley, people who nobody would know unless I talked about them. I've been thinking about doing a documentary on a guy like that, and his content is terrible. But every once in a while, I find the gem, and I'm like, oh, I need to make the video on this guy. So you know, it's one of those sorts of things, you know.
Silly. Do one of these shows.
Sometimes I watch Digibro's newer content too. You just got to. When you're in this lol-cal surveyor business, whatever you want to call this, Kiwi tuber, whatever genre of YouTuber that I am, when you're doing this, you kind of have to just keep your ear to the ground and just eat a lot of shit before you can find something that's, you know, tasty.
Shows where everybody comes away from and they goes, the show gonna end and everybody hates each other. I like you, I respect you, and we have very different opinions on how to do things. And that's
Vito,
fine.
you have to block these people. They own you.
I did, and you made a bit out of it.
No, you have to block. You have to block.
You didn't block them. You blocked them, then you unblocked them to argue with them, and then you blocked them again, and then you repeated that process over and over and over again. Your boy Black Weeb, thank you for $4.99. Back to O&A. It's crazy how hard of a crash out Anthony had over getting exposed for fucking Spear Hunter. For fucking Sphere Hunter back when she was a T-star. DB, thank you for the $1.99. Hackamania equals degenerate convention. Your buddy Brady, thank you for $5. In my opinion, you have to have a cold, cold heart to actually hate someone like Doug Walker. Mikey, how many Nostalgia Critic dolls did you buy? PPP got 3. I don't have any. But no, I don't hate Doug. I admire Doug a lot. Because even though I do think that a lot of his older content, a lot of it hasn't aged well, I still know that he's one of the pioneers. And I know that he's just overall just a chill dude. There's a reason why, even though almost all of his former employees tried to cancel them, they all fucking failed. And he's still a dude who's still doing it and is still beloved enough to get cameos on shit like Smiling. People still fuck with Doug Walker for a reason.
Riley and Ripoff verse.
Frog Tony. I blocked.
Frog Tony's he's a nice.
See, Doug Walker, he would never be caught in Vito's predicament because Doug knows how to take it on the chin. People have been saying his content is shit forever. He's just maybe they have a point. And then he just keeps chugging.
Guy.
I know, I like Frog Tony, but he was annoying me, so I blocked him.
That's why no matter what you can say about Doug Walker, you can never say that he's a lol cow, right? Because he has self-awareness and he doesn't take himself that seriously.
Yeah, but you have got to
Linkara is a lol cow though, 100%.
Get Riley out of your brain. He's so deep in there that you're not a guy who cancels shows.
Could he not just say hey, I'm going to fuck with Vito, but I'm not going to tell him I'm going to completely ruin Hackamania for him? Why does he have to say that? I thought I was okay with Riley. And he says, I'm going to, and let's be real, Hackamania is the thing I've been very excited about. Very excited. I'm oh my God, we're going to do a live show. I get to see the fans. This is the one, I get to go to Vegas, one of my favorite places.
Let me ask you something. This is very hard for me.
It sucks the wind out of me when a guy goes, I'm going to make sure you have a horrible time at Hackamania.
I know. Listen to me. Just listen to what I'm saying. Just listen to what I'm saying. This is very hard for me because I really like you, and I think the shows are very funny, and I, too, am excited about Hackamania.
Yes.
it seems to me like sometimes you get a little tilted, and then Riley comes in and just tilts, like hammers the weak spot, and then you explode.
Well, he said something that is insane.
Okay.
If Riley can get you that unsettled, you ain't ever gonna make it, bro. You ain't ever gonna, like, we already knew that Vito was never gonna make it. But if somebody on Riley's level can just like hassle you to this degree, then it's curtains for you. It's curtains before you even got to the curtains on the stage, Vito.
But it just seems like
I would never say that to someone.
You should really just give up. Like, for real, Vito really should just give up this whole dream that he has of being anything. He peaked already. He already peaked. The peak was being a sidekick to Dick Masterson and getting $120K for your shitty comic book that you still haven't released in 2 years, right? That was your peak, bro. It's literally downhill. He doesn't even know. Vito's not even aware. That's so scary, right? It's scary when you have somebody like Vito and you know that it's downhill for them, but they don't know it yet. He thinks that things are going to turn around, that just around the corner. He has no idea how much worse things are going to get. Things got worse for him within like the 8 months since this thing happened, and they're going to get even worse this year.
Dude,
I say that shit all the time.
Not to a guy who, like, fucking 2 weeks ago I was at a wedding fucking doing rails of coke with, okay?
Okay, but do you think that maybe...
I thought we were having a good time.
Do you think that maybe from his point of view, he thinks that you guys are also good and he's saying insane shit to like snap you out of it? Like to say like, hey, I'm going to say even more insane stuff.
He's like all
But do you
over
think
the fucking
maybe
place.
that could be it?
Yeah,
maybe
it could be.
Maybe he's not like communicating the way you want him to, but maybe he's doing jokes not to embarrass you or humiliate you, but to like say, hey, we're still...
Well, it is to humiliate and embarrass me 100%.
A little bit, but
like,
maybe that's good
absolutely.
sometimes, like to get a little embarrassed and say, all right, I'm overreacting. I don't know, man. You're not a guy that cancels shows.
I've never canceled a show before. You're right.
He is, though. Like, literally, he just did it.
I'm not canceling this one. But when I'm really
He literally did it. He almost canceled the show. What do you mean he's not?
excited for a thing,
That's exactly what he is.
I mean, a guy who I thought I was cool with goes, I'm going to make sure you have the worst fucking time of your life. I go, fuck, that really makes me feel bad. I want to have a good time at this thing.
Dude, you fight with those guys too much in that
I'm not
Clipperverse room.
I wasn't even fighting with him.
Yeah.
I said like one thing. I don't even remember what the fuck we were fighting about.
I remember back in the day when Dick would get really fucking mad and he would start yelling and everyone's like, he's getting so red. He's getting so red. No, look, he's just Mexican. That's just how he looks, bro. It's like, why does he look red? It's because he's Mexican and he lives in California. Of course he's gonna be fucking ruddy and reddish and shit like that.
And immediately,
This is how Nick Fuentes would look if he lived in California or if he lived in the deep south. This is why whenever he comes to Florida, he only spends a couple days down in the south and he only comes here at night, right? Like he can't stay in the south during the day for extended periods of the year because he would end up looking like this. He would look like a red man. He looked like an Indian.
well, you know what? I'm coming at
Andrew Jackson's ghost would come up and try and fucking send him west of the Mississippi.
Mania, and I'm gonna fuck it up for you, dude. Again,
Yeah, that's funny.
okay. The whole thing that started with those guys, I thought we were just goofing around when I said, "Ha, your YouTube channel doesn't have any views." And
That's
that
not
spiraled.
funny.
That is funny. Their YouTube channel fucking sucks. That's funny.
No, it's not funny because you're not saying it just to like poke at them. You're saying it because you're frustrated and you want to hurt their feelings. And okay, you can be funny while hurting someone's feelings. But if what you're saying is just coming out of a place of spite, let me tell you this, Vito, as a professional, make fun of people and still try and be funny while you're doing it. I don't know, what the fuck? Video essayist, YouTuber, whatever the fuck you would call me. As a professional guy like that, you would have to, professional, as somebody who does what you're trying to do, if it's coming out of spite, if it's coming out of genuine anger, it's probably not going to go well, right? Like you still have to think about, you still have to make it sound funny. It's why I have a couple rules. I have 3 rules. I have 3 rules that I literally have pinned up like right next to me, like literally right up here on my wall. Oh, right here. And I got like 3 rules about what I make a video on. It has to meet 3 criteria. Number 1, makes me laugh. That is literally the first rule, the first criteria that something must meet for me to make content out of it or, you know, make a video out of it. 2, it has to be, it doesn't have to be niche, but it has to be, it can be something popular, but it has to be an untouched angle or something that a lot of people, it's like the Dark Viper AU. Dark Viper AU, there have been people who talked about Dark Viper AU. There was British Runner, who has still made the most definitive breakdown on Dark Viper AU and his various dramas and shit like that. But nobody really made a condensed timeline of all of this dude being a lolcow and drama and shit like that. So I'm like, okay, I can do that, right? And number 3, there has to be a story. There has to be something there that I can piece together. A theme. There has to be a theme that just that weaves throughout the whole video or some shit like that. So those are my 3 criteria. But it has to make me laugh is number 1. If what you're about to say wouldn't make you laugh if you weren't mad, then you shouldn't say it.
All she does is make the same movie review over and over, and it's always insufferable. That's funny. And it gets no views. I don't understand why we can't laugh about that. Well, okay? And I thought we were just goofing around. They went, your YouTube channel sucks. And I said, yeah, your YouTube channel sucks. And then it turned into, ah! And like fucking months of retarded shit.
Man, I wonder what that sounds like.
I always thought that, yes, I was just...
Man, I wonder who went through a similar experience with Mint Salad and Riley, who also had to endure months, years even, of autistic shit from this autistic duo. I wonder who else could say some shit about that.
Goofing around.
I wonder if he responded better than you are right now, Vito.
But then fucking, like, they do this thing where they're like, oh, well, I'm going to fucking ruin Academia. I'm going to assault you, whatever else. I'm like, dude, I was just goofing.
Yes, another stream. I am working on the video. It's mostly done. I would be streaming right now if the video wasn't at least mostly finished.
Say that.
I would have streamed earlier. I would have streamed on Monday, but the video, I was still working on the video. I had some IRL shit that was happening and then moving and all that other stuff I had to take care of too.
They said, I'm going to risk an assault charge. Sure.
See, I can make a schedule for a video. I can say video needs to be out by X date, but there are a lot of moving parts, not just with my videos, but with life in general. So it's like, I don't know, sometimes the universe won't accommodate to whatever you mark down on the calendar. The video will be out before the end of this month, though. I promise you guys that.
How do you risk an assault charge without committing assault?
Tickling.
Okay.
70% video edited.
Well, there's a yes.
That's a form
risking
of
an assault. No, it's risking an assault charge. There's like that's different than I'm gonna assault you.
Just say you're gonna tickle me. That's
you guys
funny.
are both like, I'm just goofing around, but you're serious.
But I have never said to Riley, hey, I'm gonna rip off your fucking head. Hey, I'm gonna rape the shit out of your fucking retarded girlfriend. Like
you did say that.
I've never
you
said
said
that.
Yes, you did. You did say that. Yes, you did.
I said I was gonna rape men.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like, why is it that anything that Riley would say to you after you say that be something that you would be justified getting upset after? I'm gonna come and ruin your show. Riley, you can't say that. Bro, you literally said you would rape my girlfriend. Like
I don't think I said that. I would never rape Mint.
What's someone supposed to do if they think you're...
Okay, you would never rape... Okay, Riley would never, like, come and harm you at a show. Obviously, he's just joking around because that's, like, I don't know, the thing you guys got going on.
Spinning out.
Well, I'm not spinning... What do you mean spinning out? I was very upset because I was excited for Academia, and a dude told me I'm going to...
Who are fans of these people, these greaseballs? Insane people. I said it in my original CG documentary. These people who are fans of the Dick Show, unironically, are just, they're crazy. I don't know what it is. These people, right? We're watching this right here. And for a lot of us, this is the most entertaining that Dick and Vito are when they're fighting each other, when they're going through a struggle session. This is the most entertaining. At least for me, it is. They hate this. They think that this is terrible. You know what's one of the most funniest sections? The only time when Frog Tony has ever been funny, and maybe we'll watch it on stream next month or something like that. Frog Tony came onto the biggest problem in the universe, and he spent about like the first half of his show, like the first 20 or 30 minutes, just pressing Vito for being autistic and not being able to like he did what Dick is doing right here, where it's like, Vito, you can't communicate. Vito, you're autistic. Vito, I was trying to ask you for a ride and you couldn't fucking piece together what I was saying without me literally saying it verbatim multiple times to you. And Dick was laughing it up. Like, this was hilarious. I've never seen somebody on show make fucking Dick laugh that much on the biggest problem in the universe. It's probably like the only time in his entire history where Frog Tony was funny and it was just him pressing Vito, right? So maybe we'll do some shit like that. But this is the audience, the biggest problem in the universe audience. They didn't like that. They thought that Frog Tony was derailing the show by fucking drilling Vito, by fucking grilling his balls or some shit like that. So, you know, they have terrible taste. They have the worst taste in entertainment, which obviously they're fans of Dick Masterson in 2026.
For you and the whole, he specifically said, I'm going to fuck it up for you and the whole audience. And I'm like, well, that's pretty fucked. I don't want you to do that.
That would be great.
The fuck is a Frog Tony? That is the right response to when anybody brings Frog Tony up. I'm not even going to tell you.
No, he wouldn't.
What do you mean? How do you fuck up
that.
a whole event for everybody?
What's a Frog Tony? Who the fuck cares?
How do you do that?
Because we could be doing fucking something funny and then it could get completely derailed by bullshit.
What is the show?
The show is literally them getting derailed by That's the point of the show. The gimmick of the biggest problem in the universe is that they ask each other questions, and then they see, it's basically just an improv show, which I guess all streaming. What I'm doing is technically an improv show, but it's basically, how many derails can we go? What's the length, the breadth of a derail that we can go on about this topic about socks, and where can we go with it? That's all the show is.
Come on, how do you fuck up an entire event for literally everybody? You don't think maybe that would be...
I think it's fine for me to have... Look, I understand that you guys live in, like, psychopath land, okay?
It's not psychopath
It's psychopath land
land
for Riley to go, I'm going to risk an assault charge to ruin your fucking show at Hackamania. And I go, bro, that's too far. That's not cool.
Sometimes I think you guys are working together on this.
Well...
Johnny Rocket for 10.
That's what I thought too. I really thought, right, when I was making the documentary, I really did think that shit was kayfabe. But nope. It was like Riley really did have Vito, like he had him fucked up. He had Vito in his feelings. He had Vito crying to Dick constantly, telling him, get Vito off me. Tell him to leave me alone. Tell him to stop coming to my house. And it's like, how could you do that when Vito has been doing all the stuff he's been doing to Eric July, buddy? Like, how can you say that?
I'll be at Road Rage.
With like a straight face and everything.
Carl. I was banned from his Discord for saying Vito wasn't a pedophile.
I remember that. That was a while ago.
Still ever 10. Yeah, one of Carl's mods hates you.
Oh, Johnny Rocket, I'll unban. I didn't realize you were defending my honor in Carl's Discord. Now I have to unblock you.
He's blocked too?
Yeah, Johnny Rocket's been blocked for a while.
Why would you block him? He's like really creative.
I won't bring up why.
He was mean to you? I can't think of any other reason why.
I was trying to be nice to Johnny Rocket. I really was. I was like, maybe me and Johnny Rocket are cool again, and then I guess we're not for some reason.
Do you find that this happens a lot?
Yeah, people really, for some reason, look, I'm not going to take responsibility for that. I tried to contact Indiegogo to find out what happened with this campaign, and I guess that was...
Oh, and then you said, Johnny has your money. I saw this.
Yeah.
Okay.
But is he getting their money? It sounds like he's getting their money. Am I incorrect?
He has no idea where the money is. Indiegogo has it.
So Indiegogo has not communicated to him at all where the money is. It's not in transit.
Bro, you've dealt with these people, the big companies. They just shut your account down.
I don't know.
See, some people would be offended that you're implying that he might know where the money is. Just saying. If you don't know for sure, I would not say
I don't know for sure.
For 10, buy the Maniac, despite anything Vito might say.
Buy the Maniac, available. I've never said anything bad about the Maniac.
These guys are all confused.
I've never said anything bad about the Maniac at all. Pigeon for 10, but for real, are we close to another crying episode? No, and I will be...
I do not know the context because I didn't watch this show. Because it doesn't exist, right? I'm pretty sure this specific episode, because I stole this from Katie Did's channel, right? Because, I don't know, somebody told me, hey, you got to be careful. You got to be careful about watching stuff on Katie Did's channel. She'll flag you down. I'm like, how could she flag me down for somebody else's content? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Flag me down because I'm watching the biggest problem in the universe. Like, okay, she edited the bits. I'm not going to lie. She did do more editing than she usually does, right? Like when she was doing that thing about Jeremy the Greater and he was going at the quarter. She literally just like took his response. She took literally his whole video and re-uploaded it onto her channel like a day later with no editing aside from the intro and the outro. That's it. It's like you got the thing at the beginning of her video where it's like clip, clip, snip, snip. She didn't clip, clip, or snip, snip, nothing. She literally just rebooted another dude's video on her channel. But, you know, she can flag me down because I want... Anyway, I'm not even going to take that risk, so I just took the video and we're watching it unlisted on my Odyssey channel. So...
Hackamania, because I talked to the great Patrick Melton, who is my good friend, and he has assured me that I am going to...
Anyway, I'm pretty sure they took this video. They took this video down on YouTube because Vito was being too much of a bitch and people were bullying him too much in the comment section. So, you know...
But if you ruin it, it's fun. That's fun.
I don't know the context of him dressing up like a pirate.
You're part of the show.
What if one of Carl's fans ruin it?
Well, that would suck, but hopefully, you know, again, there's going to be guys to make
He's
sure.
got murderers in his audience.
This is going to be
literal murderers.
It's not going to be like the last show. It's at a casino. The casino is like a very professional place. They're not going to allow any fucking around. You know, it's not like the shitty dive bar we did the last one at, you know?
It was great. That dive bar was great.
It was a nice dive bar, but it wasn't like, this is like, Hackamania has elevated.
Yeah.
We're going to be in a nice
casino.
Thing.
It'll be great.
Frog Tony for 2. Why did Vito call Johnny Rocket a thief? Because he stole all your money. He ran.
Frog Tony is literally only funny. He's literally only funny when he's fucking with Vito. That's it. That's like his peak. His peak is when he's making fun of either Vito or Riley. He's one of those. He's like a lolcow whose potential only comes out when he's making content out of other lolcows. He should do it more often.
Away with it.
He should just like, I don't know. He should try and become like an anti-lolcow guy. He might thrive. I don't know. He has a lot of shit. He has a lot of receipts about guys like Mint and Riley and Vito and Schizo Sean, this whole sector. So, well, maybe he's too much of a lolcow himself to ever pull that off. But you know. Randall Shirker, thank you for $5. Can't wait for your follow-up comment, Skate. Very shocked that Vito isn't in the files with how he is. Vito would never be in the Epstein files. He is not important for that. What, you think every random PDF that you can just find on that map, right? You just like look it up. For people who want to be scared, if you want to scare yourself, especially if you're a parent, there are like maps. There are like literally apps that are designed that if you give them your location, they will show you the location of literally every pedophile that lives within a certain miles of you, like lives in your whole city. And even if you live in a small town, I've noticed this. I'll travel to a small town. I'm just like, well, let's see how many pedophiles are in the region. I don't know. Maybe I just live in a very not friendly state. But it's crazy. There are so many. And I know that some of those guys are just like, I got drunk one night and I pissed like near a children's playground. So now I'm on a list. Or I was 19 and I had sex with this girl who was 16. We went to the same high school together. So now I know some of them are like that, but most of them are like actual just monsters, and there are so fucking many, bro. So yeah, not every guy who's on a list like that is gonna show up in the Epstein files. You gotta be an important notch. You gotta have like, you know, gotta be like a Prince Andrew or something like that. Xander Vorkov, thank you for $5. I make a joke about Vito is the biggest problem in the universe, but he's too much of an irrelevant bum for that to work.
Johnny Rocket took all the money, and now he's over on Fund My Comic trying to make more. He's trying to double down on his theft.
Yeah.
And I think he should be rewarded by all of you going to Fund My thing and Fund My Comic and getting the Maniac. Spot Turner for 2. Vito seems genuinely scared of Riley. No, I just don't want my show to be interrupted.
You are.
I said, man up, dude. You missed that part.
Man up, dude. I just don't want someone to interrupt my show. I want to.
Why? It's better when people interrupt.
Not Riley.
Okay, so you're scared of him then. If it's like, okay, I don't care about hecklers except when it's Riley. Well, that means that you're scared of Riley. There's something about Riley is you can't handle him. You can't handle that little 5'1" ass piss on my autistic girlfriend. Nigga. You can't handle that. Ethan Ralph could. Ethan Ralph can handle Riley, but Vito can't. Just remember that. Vito can't handle something that Ethan Ralph was able to handle just fine. Giga Todd Howard, real, thank you for $2, bro. My mom's neighbor got busted by the FBI for CSAM. Yep. You never know. They're literally right around. I remember one time when I was staying with my parents, right, for a little while. And I had my nephew with me. And, you know, I was just helping my dad. My dad was like inside doing something. And I was helping rake up the yard and shit like that. And some dude in a truck just came around while my nephew was just picking up pine cones. The little nigga wasn't helping, but you know, he was just trying to be helpful. And some nigga just came in a pickup truck and he just like stopped weirdly. And he like called out to my nephew and asked him how he was doing and stuff like that. I had to come up to the dude. And as soon as I came up, he just rode off. I never saw this dude again, right? Ever. But that was like an incident that happened. Now, nothing like that ever happened again, but you never know. Like these dudes, they're like everywhere. And they're in every institution. They're in poor neighborhoods, middle-class neighborhoods, rich neighborhoods. They're in politics. They're in Hollywood. They're everywhere. And you just got to keep an eye out for them, right? And the things about the dudes in influence is that you never know. The dudes with influence can cover the shit up way better than the broke niggas can, right? You can at least call the cops on them. How are you going to call the cops on a Jeffrey Epstein? In a way, Epstein kind of had to die. I mean, it would have been nice if he would have if he could have got to court first and then somebody killed him, like he got executed by firing squad or something like that. But you know, it's just the thing.
See, it's something else.
No, I really don't want to be like, oh, and then maybe like this guy who is going to fuck with the thing. I don't want him to fuck with the thing.
But people fuck with things.
Oh yeah, my parents' neighbors, they have nice yards. My parents live in a white neighborhood. My parents have old white people who live in a wheelchair. They live next to old white boomers. That's where my parents live. They live in a great neighborhood.
You know, you just kind of have to deal with it.
Ah, cool. Maybe they'll get on the stage and beat me with a hammer. I don't fucking know. Let's see. Michael Fee for 5. Jesus slapping Christ. Stop fighting about Riley. Riley isn't going to do shit, and you're both letting him ruin the biggest problem. That's how I feel. Balder for 2.
Well, then don't cancel the fucking show.
I didn't, cocksucker.
Don't ever cancel me. Don't ever call
You literally did. You tried to.
me because of your
You almost did.
emotions. How about that?
And then you pulled a veto tomorrow.
No, I'm going
If
to
you're
call you 'cause
feeling
of my emotions.
emotional,
I'm going to do
don't
it.
call me.
I don't care. You're my comedy partner, and you got to deal with it.
I'm not your comedy partner.
Oh, you are.
Mike, you a boondock? I was by high school. By high school, my family was pretty much just like regular middle class. I remember we were like living kind of like in the hood when I was little. My dad came back from the military and both my parents worked. So then we were lower middle class. By the time I was in like late junior high to high school, we were like regular middle class. And I had mostly white neighbors. So
Are.
No.
Yes, you
No,
are.
podcast, not comedy.
Comedy, 100%. We're locked in this thing.
No.
Who's
wrong.
your comedy
Hail Lord Raptor Jesus. What's up, brother?
partner?
None. I do not want or have one.
Well, you're going to be
I
forced
hate
to
that.
accept.
No.
You're going to
No.
let me into your life.
Podcast, that's it.
I think I'm going to get in there.
No,
I
no,
think
no,
I'm
no,
gonna
no,
get
no,
in
no,
there.
No, he's very adamant. I love how adamant Dick has always been to Vito about them not being friends. They are literally just business partners, and they will never be anything more than that. And Dick never, ever wants them to ever be anything more than that. Before he became a married man and a father, now that he's married with a kid, he's like, no, I don't even like want you in my vicinity. I don't even want you coming to my house. We can do this shit over a call, right? We can do this shit digital only. I don't ever want to be in like another room with you again unless we're doing a meetup with fans or some shit like that.
no,
I think I'm going to get in there.
No.
What's our next project? What are we doing?
Nothing.
What's the next thing?
The rock?
No, not only did he not get in there, he literally got further because this was like, I don't know, I don't remember precisely when they started doing the show via call, but yeah, he literally got pushed even further away. This was the closest he ever was.
Fox might get made, but that's it. Slow.
Spider turn for 5. Vito, if you're so scared, learn to fight. I can't fight. I'm not gonna fight a guy. Like,
That's your problem. You say that, and then everyone knows it's open season.
I would get the legal repercussions. Like, obviously,
Defending yourself?
sure, I could like, yeah, I could.
Carry a can of black face paint, so then you can black up your face if you have to stab someone.
I just don't think it's gonna be funny, and I just want to do Hackamania. I don't want to have a fight.
Like it's
I don't really think about collabs at all, General Millie. I mean, you know, I'm not opposed to them necessarily, but I feel like, I'm not in a rush. I'm not in a rush to collab with somebody. I feel like that's the thing with growing YouTubers is that when you're in your early growth phase and you're experienced a lot of early growth, they really want to be quick to jump on whatever channel wants to have them on and shit like that. And I wouldn't be opposed to linking up with Almighty or with the Casino or with Josh or anybody. But I don't know, there's some other stuff that I would rather build some shit here before jumping on somebody else's platform and like collabing with them. I would do an appearance, sure, or something like that. But other than that, then nah.
Fucking PowerPoint though. I don't want any interruptions during my presentation.
It's like very one-sided because I can't be like, oh, and I'm gonna like kick his ass or whatever, you know?
Why would you kick his ass?
Because he's gonna insult me. I can't go like, oh, I'm gonna
He's
insult you
interrupting
back.
the show. What are you talking about? You can definitely kick his ass if he assaults you.
Are you really? Is he really actually unironically afraid of Riley? Like actually? Like Riley's gonna kick your ass? Cause look, dude, I don't know. I don't even know how you could live in California. How you can live in the part of California that he lives in and then be afraid of somebody like Riley. Fucking LA got like monsters. They got some gremlins wandering the streets that put Riley to shame.
Yeah, okay, but I can't like say it.
What are you talking about? That's basic defense law.
I said I was going to call the cops if you fuck with my property. Everybody lost their fucking
Well,
minds. So I can't say I'm going
that's-
to kick your ass because then you'll go, oh, Vito threatened to kick Riley's ass. That's what you guys will do. I know the fucking playbook.
It just seems
Anything
like
Vito says in response to what Riley says is bad.
Riley's partially blind, ain't he? Is he?
well, yeah, because
I mean, I know he wears glasses.
So I can't say anything.
I wouldn't be surprised.
well, because you're pretending that he's saying he's going to assault you, and if he
He probably has a lot of disabilities, TBH.
isn't, you
Right,
just
right,
look,
right.
you look like
So-
an asshole for
so-
going, oh yeah, you're going to fight me? I'll fight you. And it's
So-
like, yeah, he didn't say he's going to fight you there, but
pretending. And if I said like, all right, well, if you do that, I'm going to kick your ass. It's Vito's being deadly serious
Yes.
and overreacting.
Right, yes,
Right.
exactly.
Right. Okay. Which is why I didn't say I'm going to kick his ass.
But you think it and feel it.
no, what do you mean?
You literally just... Oh my God. It's like, dude, you literally just said... This is so exhausting, right? Imagine... No wonder Dick doesn't want to talk to this dude off the show. Because imagine what a conversation with Vito must be like. When he has you trapped on the phone, trapped in a Discord call, trapped in DMs. You just like have to go back and forth. You got to tell him no. You got to no, bro. You don't have access to me like that. I don't want to have to go through this when I like more than once a week. No, I don't. If I wouldn't even go through it if I wasn't getting paid to go through it either. Man 11 with a plan. Thank you for $2. Vito is like DSP, revisionist history asses every time.
You're expressing it right now.
They just can't remember. It's like like their memory changes events that just happened like a day ago
How?
or minutes ago even.
Quickly.
What are you talking about? I didn't say it at all. I don't want
Why
to
are you even
fight
thinking it
Riley.
at all?
Because he does the super chat.
Oh, Darkside Phil is another Italian who does the Rich Tomorrow type thing. The Phil Tomorrow. Man, dude. Who's somebody who doesn't do that? Who's an Italian e-celeb who doesn't like do that sort of thing? Keemstar? Oh yeah, Keemstar doesn't do that at all. Keemstar is like the opposite of like, there's never a Keem tomorrow, a Daniel tomorrow. No, he's like he'll hold on to shit that happened in the past forever, right? So no, okay. So it's not a universal thing. Oh, he's not Italian. Well, it depends, right? It depends, right? Which one he feels like claiming, the Italian part or the Polish part. It's like Nick Fuentes. Sometimes he's Mexican, sometimes he's Italian, sometimes he's Irish. It depends on which one he wants to chameleonize himself like this time. APX Velcana, thank you for the $10. Hail Mikey, love the content, can't wait for the second Comicsgate documentary. Thanks for dredging through the sludge of the sector to keep us entertained. I have some other sector videos I plan on making this year, and not just when I'm get to the skeptics video, because there is going to be a lot of, I don't want to say that the sector was that the skeptics were cooked after they got too in bed with the sector, because to be honest, looking back, the sector and skeptics were always kind of, I don't know, they had a lot of symbiosis they always had a lot of symbiosis between the sector and the skeptics, because so many prominent sectorites and skeptics were former Gamergate guy. So there was always that sort of connection there between them. But I will say that internet blood sports had a very, very bad influence on how things went for the skeptics. But yeah, I got some other sector shit I'm going to be talking about this year.
I said it. I didn't say shit. Okay? I've never said I'm going to fight Riley. I don't want to fight Riley.
Oh, I don't believe you.
I don't want to fight
I think
Riley.
you would love to be in a self-defense situation.
No, I really don't want to. Do I want to rape mint salad? Yes, but that's different and on a carnal level. And I wouldn't do it out of respect to mint salad.
And, yeah, I was thinking about it, right? It's like DSP is 1/8 Italian, 50% Polish, and he just claimed the Italian because his parents liked them, like, take it over the Pizza Hut. Okay, that's funny. I just noticed Nick Fuentes, he sometimes he'll talk about, Jews, they're like chameleons, Sometimes they'll play pretend white, but then they're like, I'm not white, I'm Jewish, and they other themselves from white people while going at white people. And okay, that's not untrue completely. There definitely are some Jewish people who do that. Ben Shapiro has literally done that. He's gone, well, technically I'm not white. No, Ben, you are white. You take off that fucking kippah, everybody knows what you're going to file yourself as on the census. I doubt you've ever put Jew. I doubt you've ever put Hebrew. You've ever put sand nigga on any sort of racial census. You put white every single time. There are Arab Jews. There are black Jews. They can't take off their fucking small hats and just say, I'm Jewish and not be classified as their ethnicity or race or whatever the fuck, right? So they do that. Some of them do. But Nick also does do that with his various ethnicities. When that cop came to him, when that Hispanic cop pressed him, he said, hey, these people say that you're a white supremacist. He's like, I can't be a white supremacist. I'm Mexican. What do you call that, Nick? What do you call it just recently when you were talking about how you're Irish? You were telling some Spanish nigga that you were more white than him, which is just fucking hilarious. Most delusional shit I've heard from Nick Fuentes in a while. Getting mad at some Spanish chatter for saying that he's like less white than, which is true. He is less white than almost everybody in Spain, except the niggas who are literally like immigrants or refugees from like Algeria or whatever the fuck. That is objectively true. But it's like, whatever. Just
saying you're gonna rape someone's girlfriend or wife.
Another rules for thee, not for me situation.
To rape them. But I would.
It's a problem when you act like a chameleon. It's not a problem when I do it, though.
That's so
out of respect.
I don't know how you think that you don't escalate or start things.
I want Riley to be locked in a cage as I raw dog his retarded girlfriend's autistic cunt.
That's way worse. That's way worse than saying I'm going to risk assault and I'm going to ruin Hackamania.
I'm saying I would never do that.
It's the same exact thing.
And that's another reason why veto is a problem. Because if you're a man, right, and this is something like, first off, I don't really get pressed about rape jokes or shit like that. Really, I wouldn't even even the pedo jokes that Vito makes, if it wasn't for the fact he makes them so frequently and he went in so hard with the cutie shit, and he was friends with Max Carson, and he literally went on a show with Chrissy Mayer and Brittany Venti and went to defend non-offending pedophiles, right? If it wasn't for all this circumstantial evidence, I wouldn't hold that against them that hard, because most dudes just say make a pedo joke and then there's nothing to it. But most men understand that joking about, I don't know, fighting a nigga, like saying, I'm gonna knock your block off, I'm gonna tear your head off. As a man, that's like less serious than threatening to rape somebody or molest a child. But Vito, that doesn't compute for him. For Vito, saying I'm going to commit a sexual crime against a woman or a child, not only any woman, but a woman that I know, saying that is less serious than some dude who has routinely joked about assaulting people and then never followed through. That's less serious to him. And that's why he's also a problem, because as a man, you should understand, you should be able to understand that without somebody having to break it down to you. And they don't.
No. You guys are...
This is how you just doesn't get it.
You take a screenshot and cry to Patch Melton or cry to me about it. Look what he said. I'm like, yeah, I know both of you are saying this shit all day. I know. Yeah.
I don't really say anything to him. I don't say...
really, I don't know, saying I'm gonna rape your girlfriend. Once you say something like that, even if it's a joke, you're basically giving the other dude justification to say and do whatever the fuck to you in retaliation. Because, bro, you know who my girlfriend is. Like, you've met her in person and you said you were raped. I'm going to beat your ass. Like, Riley could literally say, you said you were going to rape my girlfriend. I'm going to beat your ass, nigga. And he would be justified. It'd be like one of the few times when Riley would be justified in going at somebody. And Vito, he doesn't get it.
I don't say these things.
I quit. I'm not doing. If you don't get involved, if you don't tell Riley to stop, I quit. I'm not going to the show. All right. I don't care, honestly.
Yeah, and then Melton said, I'll make sure nothing happens during the show. And I said, all right, thanks for making sure, and I'm happy to do the show.
I'm going to make sure that he can't. I'm going to incapacitate Melton.
You're going to incapacitate
and
Melton.
distract him so that anything could happen.
Then
I'm going to tie him up like WrestleMania. I'm going to tie Melton up, and I'm going to drain his phone of batteries so he can't make any, when he reaches for it, because of the assault that's happening, or that's maybe happening, he can't dial.
Okay.
And he's going to be tied up in the back.
Like, it's crazy how Dick is having to be the straight man here. Where it's like, he has to explain, look, dude, you can't, like, act like this after everything we did to Eric July. You can't act like this after you were cool with all of Riley's shenanigans like this. You can't act like this after you said you would rape mint salad and joked about it multiple. You can't do that, man. Like, he shouldn't have to. He should get it. He should be able to get it. Desperately Italian. Mikey, seriously, why are half of these locals Italian? I don't know. I noticed it. I didn't notice it a long time ago. The bizarrely large amount of Italian locals. And I never wanted to bring it out because, again, I don't want to like single Italians out, because if we were to break it down, we were to break down the numbers, right? Obviously, there'd be more Anglos and Anglo-Celtic locals, at least in the English-speaking world, than there are fucking Italian ones. But what I think it is that Italians have a similar problem with black people in that there are too many of them that are just packed into urban environments. And urban environments is where, I don't know, that's where a lot of the chaos happens. I'm not trying to be like one of those dudes who lives in middle America and like they're just scared to death of a city. I will say a lot of crazy motherfuckers, like statistically, it's way easier to find crazy motherfuckers in New York or in Oakland or in Chicago. Well, I say Oakland instead of fucking San Francisco or LA. You know, in, you know, Los Angeles or New York or Miami, Atlanta, Chicago, you know, one of these big cities than it is to find them in fucking, I don't know, Hoboken. What's a nice tall town? Small town. Hold on, I have a map. I actually have a map that's like right here on the mall, right here on the wall next to me. What's a nice little small town? Little Rock. It's not really tall, but you know, Little Rock, Arkansas. It's a lot easier to find a locale in one of these big cities than in a place like Little Rock, Arkansas. And there are a lot of Italians. When Italians immigrated to the United States, a lot of them didn't go to to rural environments. A lot of them didn't go to middle America. A lot of them went to big, packed urban environments, urban areas in California, in New York, in Florida, in the Midwest. And so I think they're just in very locale dense areas or something. It's a theory I'm working on, right? I've been thinking a lot about locale, I don't know, what do you call it? Academics. I've been thinking about locales academically. There's actually a book about lolcows that I should really recommend to you guys. It's literally called Lolcows in, hold on, let me look it up. Let me look it up real quick. Maybe I can bring it up on Amazon without like doxing myself. Let me see. No, I'm not signed in. Good. Okay, so it's gonna go to lolcows. It's a book. Where the fuck is it? Why do you keep doing that? Like, it did it twice. Okay, there it is. All right, so this is the book right here. Let me see. Like, literally, a dude literally wrote a book about lolcows. Lolcows, the internet's never-ending tragedy by Luthen Morgan. The internet doesn't just watch people fail. It turns their collapse into entertainment. Don't know what a lolcow is? Welcome to a new and unique genre of internet entertainment. Lolcows, the internet's never-ending tragedy. It's the first book to explore this uniquely modern phenomena in depth, right? So literally this dude is college educated. He decided to use his degree to like explain shit about, does he tell us which lolcows he's talking about? Okay, here's the lolcows he discusses in this book. Dark Side Phil, Wings of Redemption, Boogie, Ricada, Ian Joma, and Jeremy Hambly. The quartering got put into the first academic study about lolcows ever, right? Also, I heard that June the King is thinking about doing a documentary about Jeremy too. So that's fun. 2026 is going to be a fun year for the quartering. I can tell.
Crawling to try to dial with his nose, trying to get another phone.
Then I guess I do have to rate mint salad. All right, I understand. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad for everybody.
How else you know when it's happening?
Fast fat guy.
It is gonna be a movie. Like legitimately, I feel like a lot of these lolcow stories we talk about now, in a few decades, they're gonna be turned into films or I don't know, miniseries or something. Ricada's life, the life of Nick Ricada would make a perfect just HBO miniseries. You know, just this dude, this guy who came from a really well-off family. He ended up going to law school because that's what you're supposed to do, but he was a fucking midwit. He couldn't cut it. He went to like one of the most lowest ranked law schools in America and he barely passed. He was a shit lawyer. He was an underachiever. Only achievement he ever really, if it wasn't for his family being rich, he never would have gotten anywhere in life. But he was able to finally get his lucky break as a YouTuber, as a content creator, right? And he just got all this money, more money than God, even while already being rich. But he let it go to his head. He started having a midlife crisis. He started doing drugs. He started fucking bitches. He got in a fucking polycule with another E-celeb who was going through his own midlife crisis. They started doing drugs together. He fucked this dude's wife. This dude's fucked his wife. They ate each other's cum. And it all ended with his house getting busted, getting raided by the cops, and his daughter testing positive for cocaine. His story, that story would make a great miniseries on like Netflix or some shit like that.
For two says, how the fuck could Vito say anything about Eric? What do you mean?
Oh, hold up. That's perfect. Oh, I got too caught up. Ricada detour. Sorry.
For everybody.
How else you know when it's happening?
Fast fat guy for two says, how the fuck could Vito say anything about Eric?
Exactly, bruh. How can you ever say this is multiple dimensions, because not only how can you say anything about how Eric was getting down when he handled Riley way better than you? How can you even critique his comic when your comic isn't even out and your best friends, nobody in this circle actually likes Vito. Even Frog Tony doesn't really like Vito, right? And all these dudes, though, they all said your comic was shit. Dick said it. Ethan Van Sciver said it. Frog Tony said it. They all said that your comic isn't even good, right? So the people who are saying that Eric July's comic was bad are now also saying your comic is also bad. So at best, you guys made equally shit comics, but also your comic isn't even out. Meanwhile, I want people to know this. In the time it's taken Vito to not deliver a fully colored print version of his 70-page comic Super Killer, Eric July has managed to put out 3 graphic novels. 1 was the first Isom comic, which was 96 pages. 2 was the second Isom comic, which was also 96 pages. And 3 was Isom 3, which was over 140 pages, right? So Ethan just fucking outproducing the shit out of Vito. It's not even, he can't say anything. Vito legitimately can't say a single fucking thing about Eric July anymore. He is out of any possible insult he could throw Eric July's way because he has completely failed at everything he would critique Eric July for.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? I just said don't fuck up the show.
It's a private.
No, I don't want to pay. No, I cannot play. I refuse to play Drexel in the Nick Rekieta series. I refuse to do that because then I would have to play a dude who fucking groomed his stepdaughter and then he fucked her as soon as she turned of legal age. No, I'm not doing that.
Business show.
I'm not doing that.
So it's not going to be funny if he fucks it up and ruins it for everybody. It's not
Like, that's the worst shit ever, right? That's like, doing something like that's as bad as you can get without being an actual, like, well, he is a pedophile. Like, Drexel is a pedophile for doing that because he didn't just suddenly, when he was 18, see her in a completely different light. No, he's been wanting to fuck her. He wanted to have sex with her back when she was probably like 15, 16, probably even younger than that. He wanted to Karl Malone it up, but he couldn't because, you know, legality and shit like that. But as soon as she turned 18, he took his shot. He's been he's an actual, no, I refuse.
Be funny. Trust me. It's what would be funny about it?
Interrupting.
I'd rather play like a black Jeffrey Dahmer.
Heckling? That's hilarious.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Well, because then
I can't wait to get heckled.
What are you talking about? It's heckling's hilarious.
Okay.
What do you mean? Because then you get to heckle them. It's a whole thing.
Right.
You know?
I just don't.
Oh, Karl Malone. Oh, it was 13. I always thought it was like 14. 13. Okay. I mean, see, here's the thing about young ages, like really, really young ages. One more year makes things substantially worse, right? So, like, if it's with a girl who's 17, already, that's bad. You're already in the red zone. But if it was a girl who's 16 or 15, well, that's just apocalyptically bad. If it's with a girl who's 14 or 13, well, you just gotta be killed at that point. Anything lower than that, well, you have to be tortured first. Like anything, already you're in the, like, we have to kill you zone. Anything below that is, we have to torture you for, like, I don't know, a week before we kill you zone, right? We gotta, like, hang you up. We gotta crucify you, put some shit on your face so that the ravens will come and pluck out your eyes type shit, right? Like, a year does a lot when you're dealing with, like, ages like that.
I think that it would be that funny. And I think we should do a funny show.
Do a vid on Mad Black Atheist. I know who that is, right? And I also know that he recently, well, not recently, it's been a few months now, he's been on YouTube. I don't know, he's kind of boring. He is kind of boring because he came back to YouTube after years and he presumed to do literally all of the shit he was doing back in 2016. So, I don't know. We'll see.
Matt C for 5, Vito ignoring Riley has always been an option. Oh, I've tried.
No, you haven't at all.
Oh, I absolutely
Why are you in a
have.
clip of her screen room?
To see the insane fucking things they're
see
saying.
it. Yeah, to be involved.
Well,
So I can't ignore it because I get notified when they're talking.
Oh, she gave birth at Oh, okay. So, yes, it was like, she was like 12 then. Okay.
Well, when I see what, like, stupid shit they're...
Man, niggas could really just get away with anything in the fucking 80s and not... There are so many rock stars. There's so many rock stars from the 80s, the 70s, especially the 60s, who were just like, they were grown-ass men. Not even teenagers. Not even early 20-somethings. Like, niggas in their, like, 29, 30. Just older than that. Just fucking with 14-year-olds and shit. It's crazy.
They're inventing about me. It's fun.
And, like, people will still play their music and, like, there will be no problem.
I gotta keep track. So
there are people today, like, they just say something, like, they say something negative about, I don't know, a trans person. Like, they just say something like, I don't know, this one trans person kind of made me feel awkward the way they touched my leg. And you'll get canceled for that. These dudes over here, they were, like, casually committing pedophilia all throughout their tours. And people just still blast their music and shit. It's crazy.
I need 2 eye patches.
I need to know what the new narrative is about why Vito's a bad guy who has to be stopped at any cost.
No, they don't want to stop you. They want to make you work on your comic.
Joey Two-Tone for 10. Threatening assault is lame, so is needless heckling. I'm sure Dick agrees. Vito shouldn't have reacted this way. All I said was I'm not going to do the show if that's going to happen, and then Melton told me, don't worry, it won't happen. So nothing happened.
So you were going to quit. Okay, you literally were supposed to quit, bro. You were on the verge of quitting, and then Melton had to come and soothe your big baby ego and tell you, no, Vito, it's fine.
Happened. Well, you should have just...
Manny Musket, thank you for $2. Listen to Most Importantist. Judo Joe Black, thank you for $5. Keep up the good works. Thank you, man.
Gone straight to Melton then. Go straight to teacher.
I didn't think of that. I thought I would talk to you, and you'd be like, talk to Melton and see whatever. You know, you can always talk to me and be like, oh, don't worry about it.
No, I'm not ferrying messages for any of this shit. I don't care.
Yeah, I know.
Heckle it, but you don't.
No, I do know that you don't care, but I need you to know that I care.
Oh,
Why? That's so fucking weird. I need you to know that I care. Why? What does that do exactly?
No, I need you to know, and you're going to find out every time. Every time I care about something, I'm going to let you know about it.
It's my fault for answering. It is my fault.
It is your fault for answering.
You waited an hour, which I guess is progress.
Waited an hour from what?
It just feels kind of like you're threatening to take your ball and go home when you call off a show, you know?
Yeah. 100%.
That was literally what he was doing earlier. That's what he was doing earlier when he said good show, and he got up out of his chair. He was taking his ball and going home, and then he remembered, oh, wait, I literally can't pay my rent if I don't do this show with Dick because he's the actual draw, and I'm just second banana. I'm the third wheel. He's the third wheel on the show, and there's not even a second wheel. So he had to turn his fat ass around and sit down and call him a faggot to make himself feel tough.
%.
A lot of people don't like that.
Well, it's my ball, and I'm
It's
taking
not,
it
though,
and going
is it?
home.
I could easily do Hackamania without you.
Yeah, you could. That's why, if you want to do
That's
it
why the
without
threat
me,
didn't work, I'm saying.
He just tells him to his face. Just tells him to his face. It's like, look, bro, you're not as big of a draw as you think you are. You're not like as big of a talent. You're not as essential to this project as you've been telling yourself in your head. If you left, I would have somebody to replace you in like, I don't know, like a week or two. And I would continue going on like I was before I met you.
it wasn't a threat.
Which is true, really. Dick would probably Dick's Patreon probably would just go up. It probably would go up more if Vito left.
It was me
How many of those Vita files would leave along with him?
saying, hey, you might have to do Hackamania by yourself.
Now it's might.
Yeah, and then I talked to Melton, and he said, yeah, don't worry about it. And I said, okay, cool. As long as I don't have to worry about somebody interrupting the show, then I'm happy to do the show.
They will, though. You do.
Okay, well, let's put it this way. If the show gets derailed and I don't feel like I'm able to do a good performance, I will get up and leave.
Okay, that's the goal then.
Yeah, go nuts. If your goal is to get me to leave the stage and not do the show and ruin Hackamania for
Let
me,
me give him a challenge. You know what I should do? I'm going to give Riley a challenge. I'm going to tell Riley. Now, Riley didn't do this. He should have. Riley should have showed up and just tried to ruin Vito's day. He should have made Vito. He should have tried to not only make Vito quit, he should have tried to make Vito cry. But we were robbed of that. Riley, he just didn't have it. He just didn't have it in him to be that mean to Vito on his big special day, one of the biggest events of his life, Hackamania, right? So he didn't have that in him. But he should have, right? So I'm just going to give him a challenge. How serious are you really taking this, Vito? You're giving Riley challenges. You're telling him how far he needs to push it in order to fuck you over.
everyone. I'm telling you right now, yes, you can do that. So I'm telling you, if that's your goal, is to get me to leave because I'm not having fun.
Are you going to have a flag, like a kerchief that you throw down
No,
as you
just
leave?
get up and leave.
That's not how it works.
Yeah, I know. Nobody's ever on my side for anything.
No.
Nope.
You cannot want other people to do things. You have no...
No, but
you
I
can't-
think when I say, hey,
I'm so glad how Vito always hopes. He really does think that there's ever going to be a time where more people on the show take his side than take Dick's side, and it's just not happening, bro. It's never going to happen.
hey, it sucks when I'm excited
You're never going to be the main character. I'm sorry.
for a show and a guy tells me he's purposefully coming to fuck with it.
See, Dick is not a big deal. Dick is like not even an E tier. Isla. He's like F tier. He's like an F tier celebrity where the only movies he's been in have been like just bottom of the barrel, like not even barely indie tier. Like they wouldn't even get put on a film festival. That's how low, how sloppy some of these movies. He's had brief appearances in are. He's literally below Maddox on the pecking order, right? Vito is below that, right? Like he's like less of somebody than Dick is. See, Dick is at least the main character in this little sphere he's crafted for himself. Vito isn't. Vito could literally be the only person in like his whole universe, and he would still be the side character.
It would be nice if it said, yeah, that is shitty. But they're not going to say that, and that's fine.
Well, you're a huge asshole. What do you mean? You want sympathy now? You're a
I just
jerk
want
to
people-
everybody.
But I don't
don't tell people I'm going to come ruin their shit or whatever.
You said that his girlfriend is autistic and you're going to rape her.
Yeah.
That's not fun for people.
That's a term of endearment. Like, I wouldn't rape her.
What the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Like, what are you talking about, man? And if you were talking to anybody, see, this is how you know. Like, because if Riley was actually a serious individual and you said some shit like that, he would actually, like, threaten to beat your ass and probably mean it.
She's, bad looking.
Who could you say that?
Nah,
you would never say that to Dick. And you know why you wouldn't say that to Dick.
She's a good-looking lady, so that's why I would rape her. But I'm not going to out of respect.
Oof.
See, I'm saying in very nice things.
Yeah.
Is it not nice? Let's be real. If somebody says, "Hey, I would love to rape your wife," that's saying you have an attractive wife. How's that? That's not even negative when you get down to it. Like if I had a rape fan,
has an ugly bitch never like gotten fucked at? Like, what do you mean? Like, do you think that rapists really care? You think they're great? You think that the only dudes who get turned out in prison are just like the bad bitches of like dudes? The bad bitches of niggas, those are the only dudes who get turned out on the prison? No, dude. Like, what are you talking about?
See, I would enjoy raping your wife. That's in a way, well, thanks. I get to have consensual sex with her.
That's way, way worse.
Why?
Than anything anyone has said.
That's nice to say.
Oh, no.
Cheeseburger 6 for $5. Vito, you're like 3 times the size. Figure it out, you giant woman. I know, but I don't want...
It's about the comedy. You're very professional. You put a lot of work and thinking into your comedy and your jokes. You don't want it interrupted by someone who you see.
That's very sad. That's very sad that Vito puts all this effort into his jokes and his comedy, and this is still the best he can do. Like, this is Vito trying. Vito is actually trying all the time. And what we see is like his best efforts. And then he wonders why it's never panned out for him.
I can't say back to Riley after he says, I'm going to do this, this, and this, and this. I can't say, okay, I'm going to kick your ass.
You can say that.
No, you guys would make a whole fucking bit out of it.
Yes, this was a year. Well, it wasn't literally a year ago. It's like 9 months ago, right? But, it's only gotten worse from here. Vito has almost quit the show, like, I think twice. Like, I think about twice he's almost quit the show since then. He's probably going to quit it for real.
Are you going to tweet about it? Or, you can say it like on a text. Oh, yeah, I'm going to fucking kill you.
I said it in a private conversation. Hey, if you come...
I think Dick wants to quit the show, but he's like, I don't know. He kind of wants to... He doesn't want to give Vito... He wants Vito to be the one to quit. That's what he wants. He wants Vito to be the one to quit because he doesn't want to be the one who threw away an easy $3K over nothing.
To my house, I'll call the cops and you guys have...
I mean, he's got the situation pretty down pat. He got the motherfucker out of his house. He can't come to his house anymore.
Fucking field day with
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Right. So I can't say anything. I'm completely at a disadvantage.
Well, why don't you just say something funny?
Anything you want. I did. I said I would rape the shit out of his retarded girlfriend.
That's not funny.
How is that not funny?
Because it's vital.
Yes, Link, this is literally the meme. Literally, he made a statement so trash, even his gang clowned a meme. Like, nah, bro. Nobody was laughing at that shit, bro.
Because I think
nobody in the squad is fucking with that Vito.
You mean that? Like, it's not.
Yeah, I mean, there's a part of me that means it a little bit.
Yeah, that's why it's not funny.
Like if I was alone in a room.
This is how you can tell that he's not been doing stand-up that often. Because he doesn't know how to react when something bombs. This shit is bombing, Vito. This ain't going, dude.
Boom, and nobody was around and know what was going on.
It's
okay.
really not.
You just gotta eat it, dude.
Not funny. It's really not funny.
Well, it's the truth. What do you want?
Not that.
Well, I'm
Something
never
funny.
alone with her, so there's no problem.
Oh,
anytime we're hanging out, it's in like a
man.
group situation.
That's if in her favor.
Yeah, I
women
agree.
should make sure if they hear shit like that, they should make sure it's a group situation.
I agree that no woman should be left alone in a small...
He's trying to joke. Dick is being 100% serious, right? This is probably what he tells 80s girl. Like, look, if we're out and you see Vito and I have to go to the bathroom or something with the kid, never be alone with Vito. Never even be close to him. He's probably said that to her verbatim.
All room.
Never be alone with Vito.
With me, because
he thinks it's a joke. This is what people actually say about
who
him.
knows what
How are you going to get in a small room?
You're right. It'd be a large room.
Yes, Vito does have negative aura. His aura, like, there are people who just, they scare the hoes, like, involuntarily all the time. Like, all the time. He doesn't know how to turn the hoe be gone off. It's just always on.
Well, once I'm in the small room, then you got nowhere to go because I'm blocking all the doors, all the exits. Stu K for 2, Riley's going to show you a good time. I agree. Bender for 5, Riley is a podcast. What butt flu is the gays is what I was going to super chat until Vito started talking about grapes. I hate you, Vito.
The rape shit is really hard to get behind.
I'm just saying, you know.
You should stop saying it.
If he was to assault me, I would hunt his girlfriend down and brutally rape
This is
her.
going to be worse than the pedophile stuff. I
Okay,
promise you.
fair enough.
I promise you. I promise you.
That's crazy to say. That's crazy to say. This is going to be worse than the pedophile stuff. Like, the fact you even have to quantify that. It's like, hey, bro, you know all that shit you said about wanting to fuck kids? Yeah, I think this one might actually be a tier beyond that, right? Because, I mean, technically he's right. Because he's talking about raping somebody he knows. Like, it isn't just like a stranger, right? It's not even, that would still be wild. But it's like, a girl who you actually know IRL and has been in your vicinity before.
I feel like that's tit for tat.
Yeah.
That's not tit for, what the fuck?
Have
give
fun
and
with
take.
it. I totally disagree.
It would be a role play type scenario.
Does he not have any male friends? Does he not have, is like, maybe that's why. I was thinking about it because I see photos of Vito and a lot of the photos of Vito I see are with women. Now, obviously not his girlfriend, obviously, but it's like female comics or female entertainers or shit like that, right? He doesn't seem to have a lot of male friends, and that would explain why he acts the way he does. Because I don't think anybody who, like, I don't know, you have a male social circle, you would already understand these things intuitively.
Johnny Rocker for 5, don't let this distract you from supporting the Maniac. Balder for 2 says, I'll see you in Boston, Vito. Jared for 5, Vito, how do you not understand that you want to rape someone's girlfriend's wife?
Well, no, it's not that Dick is afraid of outraging people. It's that Vito is saying something outrageous because he doesn't like somebody saying something outrageous to him. And that's why this doesn't take. Because look, bro, you can't be super hella edgy just because you're mad at somebody for being, like, kind of edgy.
Over the line is so nice to be hard to hear. I said I wouldn't do it.
But you can't be edgy and also be sensitive, right?
C for 5, Vito, take a minute to look up the Streisand effect. Wrestler time for 2, Vito.
You can't be a cutter and a bleeder, dude.
Acting like he's performing Don Giovanni.
Yeah.
And Spider Eternal for 2, I'm getting Sargon's I wouldn't even grape you vibes. Okay.
Way worse. It's actually way worse because while that statement was crazy, at least Sargon was clarifying that he wasn't gonna rape anybody. It's like, no, you don't even get this dick, right? It's not even happening for you like that. I would rape somebody else, right? Like, Sargon was at least saying that. You're literally saying, I'm going to rape Riley's girlfriend.
Riley. Vito.
I wouldn't.
Get him out of here.
I wouldn't. Was it too much to say I was going to rape mint salad?
Yes, I don't think you should be making that. That's really bad. I think it's gonna follow you.
All right.
It's really bad.
Yep, it sure did. It sure did.
Sorry. I thought it was funny.
I know, but
I know, like, you guys, you go, oh, we're going to, break into Vito's car. We're going to throw pig blood. That's
totally
good.
fine.
That's fine.
That's different. Like, why? It's like, why does he have to understand? Why does the comic? Why does the professional comedian, the professional funny man, how come he doesn't understand this shit? This is rookie shit.
I'm just telling you.
You should understand. You should be able to out vibe this shit, dude.
Exactly with the
Brutally
pedo shit.
raping
It's gonna.
mint salad is bad.
I don't even want to be on camera while you're
I
talking
don't
like
get.
that.
Well, that's the thing is I don't understand the rules of engagement. You guys, I
You
don't
can't
get
talk
it.
about raping women that you know.
What do you mean? I don't understand the rules of engagement. Do I really have to explain to you why saying you would rape a girl you know in retaliation to her boyfriend just being mean to you on social media isn't a good look? Does somebody need to explain that to you, Vito? Like, does that really needs to be broken down for you, like, your fucking Knots brain, dude?
No.
Why?
Because it's a real thing that might happen. Like, we don't know. We don't really know you.
What I might do.
Yeah.
I'm a loose cannon.
Anybody is.
All right.
It's
Hold on,
always
that's kind
there.
of exciting.
We don't know what is in
He's not, though. He's very predictable.
women's heads, and we don't know what's in men's heads. We really don't.
Well, now you're adding a certain danger element to it. That's kind of
You
sexy.
should be. Okay, I like that idea. Let me get back to that. And he's got some
All right, so
stickers.
rapes too. Can we make a list?
You're in that spot where you think you're going to make it funny, but you're not.
I just want.
He's like, no, bro, you need to let it go. Why does he keep doubling down? He keeps doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down, thinking he can turn this around. He's gonna make this funny. He's gonna turn the audience. He didn't, by the way. He did not turn the audience. Nobody was fucking with this. Nobody was fucking with Vito's vibe on this joke.
I just need to, okay.
He should have just let it go, but he couldn't.
Rape's too much. I got it.
Yeah.
Is that like the worst one?
It's worse than your pedophile stuff, yeah.
That's worse than the pedophile stuff?
Yeah, because people don't really believe the pedophile stuff, and they do.
Think I would rape Mid-South.
It's possible.
Okay.
It's more possible than the pedo stuff.
I'd rape
Vito pretending he doesn't understand why people are mad at him again. Yeah, he does.
Impossible.
That's exactly what this
for
is.
her. She's not like gonna be at the top of the list.
This is really gonna hurt
I'm
you.
just like if I was gonna rape anybody, why mint salad? Come on.
It might
That's
get us
ridiculous.
demonetized.
Vito is the physical embodiment of millennial writing. You know what? That is a perfect descriptor of Vito Giswaldi. He's maybe like a slightly edgy, ironic version, but yeah, he is like millennial writing personified.
No.
That's why he sucks, right? Because Vito would have been funny. Vito would have been funny like maybe 15 years ago, right? Like 10 to 15 years ago, Vito would have been funny for maybe 2 to 3 years, right? That would have been his peak. And then like immediately after that, everybody would have gotten fucking sick of him and they would have never would have heard any joke from him ever again. He doesn't understand. He doesn't understand that he's super outdated. All of his jokes, all of his sense of humor. I'm sorry, bro. That shit was even barely popping even at its height.
Upgraded ROM set, upgraded OS. Oh, wow. Here, you should have this. It says,
He missed the window, and the window was very, very, very small. His fat ass would barely have fit through it.
I have a rape list. You're not even in the top.
I don't think she's in the mood
25.
to hear anything from you, probably ever again. And
Not even in the top.
if
50.
I were a betting man, I would bet that Riley's cruel.
Listening on audio, I cannot distinguish between these two. They sound exactly the same. Well, you know what? To be fair, I'm pretty sure that it's Vito who's copying whatever Dick is doing.
Cruelty will be visited upon you tenfold after that shit.
But it doesn't matter because you said just block him.
You won't though.
I
I know you
will.
won't. I
I
know you
will.
won't. I
I'm
know
just
you
gonna
won't get out of
block
that room. I know you won't block him. You'll do something, but it won't be blocked.
I'm just gonna ignore it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're clearly willpower is your specialty.
I don't get it. He said he's gonna do stuff to me, and then I said I'll do stuff to his girlfriend. What do you like? What's the fucking rule?
I'll do something.
That's like Italian.
This is what.
Even saying something like that, I'll do something to your girlfriend. What are you going to do? What are you going to do to his girlfriend that you wouldn't do to him, right? I mean, what, you going to beat her? Isn't that kind of bitch-made behavior, though? Like a dude is talking shit about you. It's like, okay, I won't do anything in retaliation to you because, you know, your little 4'3" ass scares me. But I might fight your bitch, though.
I don't get. Why does everybody get to say whatever they want? I can't say nothing.
You're the victim.
I'm the
I know.
victim.
All right, there you go. Thanks, everybody. What did we get here? What did we walk away with?
I wonder if the people who like vote as Vitaphiles, if they're being serious. I wonder how many of these dudes are just like joking around and shit.
It's all a goof, right? Isn't that the whole point of everything? Oh, nothing's gonna happen. Vito just says stuff.
I can never remember. Has Vito ever won this? Has there ever been more Vitaphiles than dickheads ever?
There's well, you know, comedy is very tricky.
It is very tricky.
I know you want to talk about it. Where do you see the amount of money? Oh, there it is, 6:30. Yeah, we didn't get
Dax is just big dogging him, not letting him save face. Well, he couldn't save face even if he wanted to, but I do enjoy it. I really do. The only time when Dick has been likable recently for me is when he's just pressing Vito and he's just shitting on him. He's just yelling at him. He's just putting him through a struggle session. That's the only time when like Dick is like funny to me again.
I will rape a different
I
woman.
barely found him funny before, but I really do enjoy what he he like attacks Vito. He bullies
it.
him
Might
on
take
the
down the
show.
channel. I'm being 100% honest with you.
You really can't joke about that?
You know that. Either
No, I really don't know that.
then your brain's on the fritz.
What a retard. What a lying retard. I didn't know that. I didn't know that, guys. I didn't know you couldn't joke about raping women that you know. I didn't know that was the thing you weren't allowed to do. Really?
Oh, I'm completely. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're thinking everyone's laughing? We're not.
Well, it tickles me.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
sorry.
what all this is about. I know. I'm not going to the show because
Well,
of me.
maybe don't
Because of my
fucking-
emotions. I don't give a fuck how it impacts
Don't put me in
anybody.
a scenario where it's like, you got to fire back, and then I'm like, okay, here's me firing back.
I come back and says, I'm definitely coming on Vito's property now.
There you go.
All right. Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you for enjoying my comedy show, where we fire back, tit for tat, little here, a little there. What can you do? You know.
What do you think Riley's going to do at the show?
Oh, now he's definitely going to go nuclear. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He'll probably go in disguise, too.
Well, I guess I shouldn't have taken everyone's advice to fire back.
You have all we know is you have no agency and none of this is your fault. That's what we can.
That's so perfect. That's actually so. It's like he didn't even let him at the very end. He's like, look, bro, I know what you're doing. I know that this is all you just trying to escape any sort of accountability in the things you say and how you act. You're just a big fat victim. People are all just doing things to you. You've never done anything to deserve the reactions you get from others. I know, right? It's never your fault. It's never your fault, Vito. You're just the big victim.
That's what we know for sure.
I'm just trying to bring some laughter to the people. That's all I care about. Some good old-fashioned laughs.
I think you've paid your dues. It's your terms.
I'm just trying to have
your way or the highway.
Just trying to bring some classic jokes to a classic world.
And he always does the same bit, right? He always does the same bit where he's like, I'm just trying, I'm just like making some jokes. It's all like, hey man, I miss you. Like, hey man, I'm just glad that we have a good show here. We have such a great show. I'm just here to make everybody laugh. Like he just does that on loop. He does that on loop when he's really, really upset and he knows there's nothing he can do to claw his way out.
And I just wanted
it's just a fucking nightmare.
Easy.
Everything's a fucking nightmare. Everything is a fucking nightmare.
Everything's fine. Okay?
You know what I do?
Nothing.
I
know that.
Nothing.
I know. I got it. I'm right there with you. Anytime something happens, I go, I know what Dick's opinion on this will be.
Don't do anything. Just step away. Step away.
Sure.
That's it.
Okay.
Nothing. Walk away from that shit.
Got it.
You'll feel better.
I feel great.
You don't need to feel great. You can just feel fine.
No, I do feel great. And I did walk away. And I talked to...
You literally walked away. You literally got super, super mad. Super ass blasted. Got up out the chair, threw down your headphones, and then you came back and you called Dick a faggot. But you're here asking like, oh no, I'm fine. I feel great. No, you don't, bro. You feel pressed. You feel miffed.
I told me, don't worry about the show. And that's great. I feel great. Thanks for setting my mind at ease.
Okay.
And I had to reach to someone outside of you because I can never get
don't
that
reach
from
to
you.
me. No,
I can't
I'm not.
I will never get.
I don't know why you think that.
I will never get any assurance from you on it.
Why would you need assurance from another man who's not your dad? Is that what he is? Why does everybody want Dick Masterson to be their surrogate father? Everybody wants Dick Masterson to be their E-daddy. Nick Rekieta wanted it. Ethan Ralph wanted it. But fuck it, like what Riley wants it. Riley basically is the closest anybody has ever gotten to being like a surrogate son for Dick Masterson, which is why he got so mad when he got arrested outside of that event, the RIPA event. That's probably the only person who Dick actually does feel that sort of way about. But what is up with you guys? You niggas need to go to therapy or something.
Why I save that for my family.
Right.
Why would I give that to you?
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Why?
Well, he doesn't have a family, Dick.
To try to,
he doesn't have a wife and a kid.
You do a show.
He doesn't even have a girl.
With a guy, and you make a bunch of money, and you make everybody laugh.
There you go. Done.
End. But when you can, make that a smoother and easier process by talking to the guy, forget it.
Wrong.
I know. And I know, and I've accepted that. I don't go to you for things.
Good.
I didn't go to you. I didn't ask you. I didn't say, can you do something? I said, I'm not.
I was about to say that Ethan Van Sciver kind of sees Dick as like his cool nephew that makes him feel young. But they're about the same age, aren't they? It's like he's in his Ethan is in like his mid to late 50s and Dax is in his late 40s. So no, they're about the same age.
Yeah,
actually.
I said I quit. So what do you need? That's what you want,
I didn't
right?
get pissed off until you said you're back.
And that pissed you off more?
Yeah.
Why?
It fucks with my emotions
and
my mental
mind.
state.
I can change my mind.
Mm-hmm.
But keep in mind, did I ask you to do anything?
No.
There you go, because I knew you wouldn't, and I'm not asking you to.
Yeah. Then
So you just call them? You just call them to make them, like, make you feel good? Like, I'm just going to call Daddy Dick, and I'm just going to make him, like, massage my ego because this little monkey boy Riley is bullying me too hard.
Then I really would have been pissed off.
Then you would have been really pissed off.
Yeah.
I think you should accept that this was a very big step in our relationship of me going, hey, listen, I know I can't influence you.
Dick would literally kick him out. You can see it. You can see, even with all the shit on screen, you can see it in his face. I'm going to get this dude out of my house. I am never going through this again, right? He wants the ability. He wants the ability that if he ever like gets super fucking sick, he can just like click, hang up the call, and then that's it. No more Vito for the rest of his house, for the rest of his life. He doesn't have to try and get him out of his house or anything. He's just gone, never to be seen again.
One iota. So I'm going to tell you that as of this moment, I don't think I'm going to do Hackamania.
Wait, Ethan Van Sciver just turned 50? Are you serious? Holy shit, that dude has not aged well.
And then I went to someone who
the fuck I thought he was almost 64. Jesus.
is not you, and they changed my mind, and you didn't have to be involved with it at all.
I did. I have to hear about it.
Of course you have to hear about it because you're part of the show. You don't want me to inform you if I'm not going to do the show? Don't you think you should be made aware of that?
Uh-huh.
So I think I did exactly what you have told me you want out of this relationship.
It's just like Review Tech USA, where it's like he doesn't look early 40s. He looks like he's already in his late 50s. But it's like, no, he's like about the same age as Keemstar.
Relationship, which is to not go to you for any sort of support.
Next time,
of any kind.
next time, just don't be there. I'll be there and you're not there. I'll be like, oh, okay, I guess he's not coming.
Got it. Next time, I will just
And I'll go,
ghost you.
How about that?
I don't think you would enjoy that.
No, I prefer ghosting to anything.
Got it.
Even pleasant conversations.
So if I just didn't show up at Hackamania, you would go, well, what can
I guess
you
he's
do?
not coming.
Somehow I don't think that's how that would have played out.
No, I think that would have. I think Vito wants very, very badly to be more important in Dick's life than he actually is. But he's just not. Like, Dick does not see him as that important. He doesn't see him as that essential. If he were to leave and never come back and they never interacted again, Dax would literally never think about... He still thinks about Maddox. Dax still thinks about Maddox to this day. He wouldn't think about Vito the second he left his life. It would just be like a closed chapter in a book. He would never look back. He would never reflect on it again.
How do you think it would play out?
I think you would have went, wow, what a shitty thing Vito has done. That's really shitty. He probably should have told me.
You got me way wrong if that's what you think.
I think I got you 100% right. I didn't call up and say, hey, Dick, I need you to do X, X, and X. I said, hey.
Well, Keemstar also works out, which is also something in his favor.
I don't feel like doing
a lot of men, and I'll give this to Dick Masterson too, right? Like a lot of men really do underestimate the power that what working out can do just for like your longevity and your quality of life.
Hackamania.
It's not fun.
There are so many dudes who just think that once you hit 50, your joints just like turn to dust and everything is gone. No, bro. You actually eat right and you do a little bit of exercise throughout your life, throughout your 20s, 30s, and 40s and whatnot. By the time you hit 50, you can still be in great health.
Yeah, it's
fun.
There are old people. There are old people in my parents' neighborhood. Some of the old white people just walk like early every morning or late in the afternoon. They're like 70 or 80 or something shit like that. And they're like the picture of health.
I said
you can just choose to take better care of yourself. It's possible.
It makes it hard for me to get excited if somebody's telling me that no matter what, they're going to come and fuck up my experience.
You just live in a world of constant excitement and fun, like a Wonderland, like Willy Wonka.
I think if I'm doing a comedy show, and a lot of people are coming out to see the comedy show and see us specifically, I think it'll be easier to do it knowing there's not a guy who's there specifically to fuck with me and try to ruin the show for me.
Hail Matt Barr.
That could put a damper on things. But I've been told that I don't need to worry about it, so I won't worry about it.
You do.
Well,
Melton's lying.
I trust Melton.
Oh,
Melton's my new.
He doesn't know.
Melton's my new comedy.
Partner with him.
Just like go away. Yeah, leave. Man, you like Melton so much. You guys should do a show, and you should leave me the fuck alone and never talk to me again.
Then you be got.
That's your guy. Like, look at him. He's like, hey, that's your guy, man. You guys, you and Melton. I heard you guys have a lot in common. He probably is the fan of Cuties too.
You guys should do a show.
You guys can talk about all the, ethical AI generated CP. You guys would probably could make a whole show out of that.
Dick, do you need me to find you a new co-host for this show?
It's great. I mean, it's good radio.
It is good radio. And that's what's important. It's one of those classic comedy shows.
You have to block him.
Where like 10 years from now, we can just each go on our respective shows and complain about the other guy, right?
Nah.
I wouldn't complain about you.
No, because there's nothing to complain about when I'm not interacting with you.
I don't think you have anything to explain about here.
Great. He's funny.
I did exactly
great.
what you wanted. You said, don't involve me, so all I did was go, hey, here's what's going on. I didn't ask you to interject. I didn't tell you to do anything. I didn't say, hey, can you help or whatever.
No, you just put me in a position where I got to either disappoint fans, figure out a show, or get involved.
Yes, you would have had to do extra
I got to
work.
make choices.
Well, I have to make choices of my own.
not really.
No. I have to do what feels good to me.
Your choices shouldn't make other people do choices.
What do you mean? I'm allowed to make choices.
Nah, that's called responsibility. You're not.
I think that it's perfectly
Limits.
fine. Yeah, I think it's fine for me to say, hey, I need certain assurances if I'm going to do the show. And I got this.
What? Dude, come on. This is not that fucking serious, dude. It's hackamania. Dude acts like he's about to perform on Broadway. Dude acts like he just got flown out to Dubai to perform for a bunch of Arab princes or oil barons or some shit like that. Dude, you're doing a fucking retarded internet drama show hosted by Patrick Melton. It's not that big of a deal. Just go to Vegas, get that easy bag, perform in front of all your retarded fans, and just go home. Stop making a big deal out of this shit.
Assurances from somebody else. And that's fine.
All right. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Don't forget,
right.
clip.
Oh, okay. Oh, hey, there you go. There's the editing.
All right. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Don't forget, clip, and snip.
Yeah. Yeah. Way to go, Katie did. Because I stole this from her channel. So technically I am stealing her content, which is just, I don't know, 5 seconds. 5 seconds of this 58 minutes was just the greatest problem in the universe. But I guess technically. Anyway, we watched it on Odyssey because I just didn't want to watch it on her channel. I didn't want to watch it on YouTube, period. I do like Odyssey, but for obvious reasons, you gotta stay where you gotta. I can't like just come here. It'd be great. The dude who owns Odyssey said pretty soon you're gonna be able to watch literally every YouTube video on Odyssey. I don't know what the fuck he meant by that or how he's gonna make that happen, but okay. Dave Lee, 144, thank you for $4.99. We'll never get tired of you dunking on Vito. So glad I can watch these clips without having Katie Did's lame repost of EVS's streams in my feed. Yeah, that's the worst part, right? That's the worst part about getting into any Comicsgate shit is there are so many, I don't know, bro. There's so many retards, bro. Because it's so small. This little region is so small that you look at anything, right? Let's go say I want to watch a Wiggle stream. Okay. Oh, you like Wiggle? Well, I guess you like Comic Artist Pro Secrets. You want to watch the Baller stream. You like Mandy Summers. You like Katie Did. You like Mail. You like all. No, I actually don't. I really just wanted to watch like this one Wiggle. So I end up getting put in a situation where I'm sorry, Wiggle, but I have to like remove your video from my watch history. So my fucking recommendeds don't get filled with this bullshit. It is what it is, right? But I don't know. Maybe I should just make more Comicsgate content. So that way their content redirects to me. Maybe that's what I should do. Maybe I should like, I don't know, add Katie Did as a tag in all of my Comicsgate videos and streams. And I just see what that does. Maybe I can single-handedly change the algorithm or some shit like that. Anyway. There it is. Okay. Anyway, that was kind of, wait, was it a short stream? It's like 3 hours. That's plenty. Again, I just want to show you guys again. LOLCal, the LOLCal book, it's not a joke. And I've read it. It's pretty fucking good. I'm not going to lie, right? And this guy is actually, he's a nice guy. There are certain people who he leaves out because he just thinks that like, he leaves out Chris Chan because he was too sympathetic. He thought that shit was too tragic. But no, there is a LOLCal book, LOLCal, The Internet's Never-Ending Tragedy by Luther Morgan. You can get it hardcover, paperback, Kindle, and audiobook, right? So, you know, you can check that out. Let me, hold up. Where is it? I can just put it here. For real. Let me see. Did I even show the right screen? Yes, I did. Okay. Spark 7907, thank you for $5 Canadian. You think Stuttering Craig will get dragged into the VTuber drama? Two co-hosts are now in it, and it's heating up. Love the content. Keep being a real one. I don't know. Possibly. I would hate to see it happen to bro, because that VTuber drama, dude, it ain't like normal drama. I'm telling you, it don't hit like normal drama. That's a lot of mental illness going on there, because I feel, honestly, here's what I think is the problem with VTubers. It's not even necessarily the weebs. It's the fact that the VTuber community is the most e-girl dense, the most e-girl the most BPD e-girl per capita part of the internet. And I think that's the actual problem. I think that's the real problem with VTuber, with the VTuber community. It is the most BPD e-girl per capita part of the internet, and almost every major drama arc I ever hear from these VTubers almost always involves one of them or multiple of them. Now there are exceptions like Nuts Taku or shit like that, but you know, you guys get where I'm saying. So I hope that Craig stays clear, because I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want anybody to be caught up in that shit. That's why I avoid making videos about VTuber drama myself. I just want to stay clear. I'm gonna stay over here, right? There was one guy who I thought about making a video about, not Nuts Taku. He wasn't even a VTuber at all, but he was very VTuber adjacent. There were some major VTubers who were in his sphere, and I don't know, I might make a video about him later. It'll be a short one. It'll be like a 30-minute. It'll be about the length of the Black Lives Matter video or something like that. Maybe I'll hit it later. But yeah, I mostly, there are certain things that I avoid. Like I generally avoid politics. I'll cover political figures like Nick Fuentes or Laura Loomer, but I'll usually like leave their politics alone for the most part, because I'm focusing on them, right? But I usually avoid politics. And another thing I avoid are VTubers and the like, you know, just for my own personal reasons. Hippo is a loser that panders to even worse losers. I don't know. Like I said. Well, maybe. I mean, you're not completely wrong, really. Anyway, that's it. I appreciate you guys for showing up for the stream. The video will be coming out either, I should stop giving dates, but I said this month, and there are literally only 2 days, so I don't know. It'll be out either Friday or Saturday, right? One of the two. I appreciate you guys for coming, and I'll see you around. Oh, Gator wasn't even a guy I was talking about, for those of you guys who were saying. The dude who's like VTuber adjacent, but he's not really a VTuber himself. It was not Gator. It was a different guy. Although I have considered making a documentary about Gator, because there's a lot of lore there, actually. Quite a bit. It'd be a pretty fat one. I don't know. I'll think about it.